What is up?
Hey, what's going on?
Drawnimo post show.
Drawnimo.
Right? Drawnimo. It's almost like you're not saying anything different.
I know, right? When he was telling me I had like 4 different ways, I repeated it back to him. I'm like, this? He's like, no. Like this? Like, no. Damn it, what is it?
With the tweets and the things.
Someone type it so I can just read it.
It's so bad. Every time we get on here and go live, just like everything I had cataloged in my brain for the day goes right out of my head.
You gotta make notes, bro. Notes.
Yeah, I did that for a couple of days and it worked great, and I just haven't been doing it for whatever reason.
I'm
really
tweeting out that we are live.
That's exactly what I did.
Celebrating the funding of Hammerella.
Hell yeah, dude. I should have put that in the title as well. Hammerella night. We got to do like a big party stream for that. Now that all 3 are funded and all the stress is gone, and we can all sleep soundly. That 3-man bed we all sleep in.
I know, God. I'm so sorry I've had the wiggly feet at night because I've been so nervous and waking you guys up with that, but maybe tonight I'll sleep soundly.
We're not even 5 minutes in and I already elbowed the mic cord or my headphone cord once.
Excellent. It wouldn't be a Death Curse stream if I didn't hear myself through your speakers.
All right. Screaming back at yourself. What is going on, Razmaz, Jobu, everyone else that's in here? We just got a big leap in people. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Funded for all. Congrats, dudes. Hell yeah. It's a damn good feeling. I got one of the headshot dudes just went live on his private channel right after. We'll pull that up in the background. Some nice music to listen to. It's Jerry.
Enjoy yourself.
Ted, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Congrats, guys, he says. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Ted.
It's just starting to sink in for me, so I know Ryan and Rob are still gonna be reeling for a couple days, man. It's crazy. And
so growing up around Marines and soldiers and stuff, I don't like to use the term PTSD lightly.
Yeah.
But when I quit mainstream comics, like one of the times I quit, I had a similar effect where every time I woke up, I was like, fuck, it's deadline. Fuck, gotta get up and get to work. Where that would just happen in the middle of the night. I would just be laying there and I'd be like, fuck, my deadline. And I'd get up and be like, whoa. And I'm like, oh, I'm not on deadline anymore. That's how I feel with this right now. It only got funded this afternoon, but like while we were eating dinner and like watching a game show and kind of relaxing with the wife and stuff, I kept thinking like, oh crap, okay, I got this much, I gotta get, oh wait, no, we got funded. Oh, okay. And that would happen like every 10 minutes. I'd be like, okay, so what am I gonna tweet tonight to help? Oh, wait, we got funded. So you still tweet about it. I'm still gonna tweet, but I can relax.
Yeah, still habitually checking it, like, oh shit, like the whole the next 48 hours after we got funded, I was still checking it constantly, and I was like almost like I was checking it expecting it to not be funded again over and over again, just like you're saying. It's like, I wonder when this is going to stop being a thing, and it'll just settle in.
Fall out?
Yeah, and then a week out from it now, it's like, yeah, it's like I wake up like every other day. We got a new backer or two. Keeps going up steadily. We're working on the book. Jeff's basically taking a break for the next couple of days because his mother's in town for the holiday. And then it's like fucking cranking on that to get it done. And then on to the next one, which we'll have the pre-launch up for that this week. Sign-ups and everything for it. I'm considering doing a quick little Void Walker. I was thinking about maybe doing a poll for that. on Twitter at some point, see what people want exactly. Because, it'll be after the holidays and everything, so shit will hopefully be getting somewhat back to normal by then. It won't be too insane for everybody anymore.
You could do a quick poll. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, the Voidwalker thing would be like I said, really easy. It'd basically be a pre-order for the book, because the book is already done. We'd just be figuring out whatever back matter or anything. If we wanted to get some guest pinups for the back of it, maybe do like a little 5-page short as like an added bonus, something new, just to get people pumped up for the relaunch and everything, or maybe the first 5 pages of the next issue or something.
I could throw a pin up in that if you want.
That would be super kick-ass. We got a couple of fan ones. I'll have to see if I can reach out and find any of the ones who did some for us. Because I think that'd be really cool. We're like the sleeper hit at Alterna. Not a lot of people know we exist, but the people that read us really like us. It's cool to have a tiny little diehard fan base where I can sort of like personally get to know everyone. I could die happy.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I could die happy having that like Larson setup of just like a couple thousand people who read like all the stuff I do, and we're on this ride together.
Yeah, Rob and I, Drawnimo and I were talking like basically the same thing. We were like, it'd be great to get like even just 1,000. You just got 1,000 steady readers.
Oh yeah.
And of course, being realistic too, we're not looking at like, oh, Gods and Gears is gonna buy me and Dean a house and this or that, like looking at this like this is one of my jobs,
Oh yeah, it's a long road too. Like,
but if you get that roughly around 1,000, it could totally make it a second job that's totally worth doing for the income and give you the time to give the product the attention it deserves to make it awesome.
Makes it extremely viable. Hail Edwin, good to see you, dude. Welcome.
Yes. Hail Edwin.
It's awesome having all you guys showing up early now and hanging out with us. We're just watching a buddy's sniping his stream right now. He's normally got music playing and watching funny videos while we're just sort of talking through the night, hanging out. I think I'm gonna do another sketch card too.
I'll probably end up if I'm on here long enough tonight, I'll probably end up whipping out the sketchbook, drawing some more.
Don't know what I'll do yet, but yeah.
No, well, I'm doing a new thing, so I got plenty to draw. I'm I'm not going to announce this. Never mind. I can't announce what I'm drawing right now. But
yeah,
the last 20 seconds.
I am getting gouache and some new watercolor paper and stuff from that Arteza company that I tweeted out about. I found out they're evidently on kind of a tear, sponsoring YouTubers and streamers for a while and sending them packages of art supplies to do videos with their stuff. So it's like, okay, we're a small channel for now. I'm going to do a video with their stuff and take the initiative. And if I like it, I'll start using more of their stuff. I got a little bit of their stuff. It's not bad for the price too. It's like, it's great entry level, like young kids and stuff can afford to get one of their sets of paints and like paint along with us if they wanted to. And I was like, I want to check out gouache. And I think if I can do cool stuff with a really cheap set of gouache like this, eventually I can step it up to a more serious setup and be able to do even better stuff. But I've always been more of like it's not the supplies you're using, it's how you use them kind of guy. So I was like, I'm sure I can make these go a long way. And they have these really fucking cool I can actually show you guys on here. I don't know why I'm I'm saying
Whip it
this.
out.
Yeah, let me just close this real quick. We'll go to Amazon. I'll show you exactly. I'm actually thinking about doing a little giveaway on the channel with this stuff.
Welcome to Shopping with Death Curse.
Yeah, right. Just making sure I'm all like signed out and everything, so I'm not doxing myself.
Docs.
So one of the big things right now is the Arteza gouache set. The set of 60, the full set that they do. It's 60 color tubes. It's one of the Black Friday deals right now. It's $30 instead of $50.
Get your tubes on.
So you can get this crazy range of colors. Not that you need that many colors. Like if you know what you're doing, you can use a really limited palette and you can mix colors and stuff like that. But I was like, oh, this is cool. Sorry. Coughing in everyone's ears. This is cool.
We just lost all our viewers.
You can sort of pick limited palettes from this and make your own. There's a shitload of colors, obviously, 60 colors. And it's $30 right now on sale with the sweet Black Friday stuff going on. And the other thing, what I was going to buy to do the comics in. So that's the paint set I'm probably going to get. I have a bunch of just like random brushes of all different sizes and stuff for painting. But they do these real nice little, and they're, again, reasonably priced, linen-bound watercolor paper sketchbooks. And these are actually 8.5 by 11. Excuse me again. Jesus, I'm losing it tonight. Or you could stream in like 240p for nostalgia. Oh my god. It's like QVC. Yeah, it's QVC, but I'm like semi-drunk and an idiot. What were you going to say, Ryan?
I have no idea. I've just been cracking jokes. Is this the company that is doing the sponsorships?
Yeah, they do. They do them fairly often, it seems. Like I said, I tweeted it out the other day, and like, it was like maybe a minute after I tweeted it out and tagged them in it, they immediately liked it and were like, "Keep us posted with what you do." And I was like, "Oh, I'm probably going to be live streaming it," because I was talking to Beth beforehand, and I was like, "These are 64 pages. That gives me a bunch of room to sort of mess around off stream and come up with character design stuff and shit like that, figure out what I'm going to do for the 24-hour comic, and then I can rule out my pages in that book and literally do the whole comic in that book." And I was like, if I print it after or whatever, I can, scan it from the book, print the copies however I need, and then I have like the whole original as this little bound item. And I was like, I think I might
sell that too.
Oh yeah, possibly. But I was just like, I think I'm going to stock up on a bunch of these sketchbooks and start doing like, maybe do like one every other month or something as like a practice. Just to like on this one, I was like, I want to go with like scope and scale. I think I want to do something like fantasy where I can just draw a bunch of fucking like weird landscape stuff and really play around and not focus so much on doing a lot of like close-ups and detail. Almost like a bunch of cool splash pages and stuff. It's going to be a lot of cheating, but it'll look cool if I can pull it off. And I think it'll be fun with the gouache because it's sort of like I'm going to have to really plan it out in my head and do like a gouache day where I color everything. and then go back the next day after it's all nice and dry and ink over that. Like sort of how I've been doing with the sketch cards and stuff. But I'm like, I have to plan all of this out so I actually have time to dry things off and shit like that.
Dude, we should get my friend Trevor Denham on here. Not
that
Trevor
dude
Hairsign.
Yeah, that
Trevor
dude is
Denham.
fucking insane. Like,
He's a beast.
I think I like him way more than Hairsign, honestly. Like, when you originally said it, I was just like confusing them with my big dumb brain. But like, I had seen his stuff before. I think just like randomly trend. It was probably something you liked on Twitter, and it had popped up, and I was just like, "Holy shit, this guy's nuts!" But yeah, I like him more than Hairsign. Hairsign's definitely like awesome for like comic book stuff, but that Denham dude is like, holy shit.
Yeah, and it's all pencil. He does just here. Actually, I can sneak in a page here. If you want to put me on the full screen really quick, I can show him off.
Yes, of course.
So he does like photorealistic work. This is my colors over him for a book. I probably shouldn't be showing it, but I feel there's no spoilers here.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane work.
Here's some of his people. I don't know if that's showing up. Okay, let me.
Yeah, no, it looks solid. It's a little bit dark, but you can definitely see it.
Yeah, he's a great storyteller.
You guys can't tell, but I've seen these behind closed doors, and the colors look fantastic. The art looks fucking excellent. It's a little bit hard to see, but there's a lot more subtle tones in here that the camera isn't picking up.
Yeah, so he's someone who'd be fun to get him on here to talk gouache with, because he's really, really good with gouache, and he's a fun chat. He's a fun hang.
Oh yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, I'm not good with it. That's sort of why I was like, oh yeah, this will be fun, because I'm like, I'm getting really good at that, getting comfortable with making mistakes and stuff like that, and just learning from it. I was like, if I work that way, I waste less time just like sitting there overthinking what I'm doing, and I spend more time just actually doing something and producing stuff. And I was like, as long as I'm producing something, I can then at least go back and assess that and look at what I'm doing wrong. If I'm not doing anything, like, there's nothing to like improve on. So that's my whole mentality. It's just like, keep doing stuff, and it's going to be finished, not perfect, but eventually we'll get to a point that we're comfortable with. Fenrir Fire, welcome. What is going on? Hail, damn, that art is fantastic. Yes, Trevor is fucking amazing.
I'll drop his. I'll do it right now. I'll drop his Twitter.
Yeah, you guys all need to be following that dude. Ryan showed me his stuff, and selfishly, immediately, I was like, so yeah, I need to do a book with that guy at some point.
You do, though. I think he would be fantastic to do like a one-shot horror something with you.
Neighbors. It would be demented too. Welcome, Peter. Good to see you.
He rescues. He's a vet. He rescues dogs, and he's a kick-ass dude and a kick-ass artist.
That's rad. I assumed he was a vet when I saw he's doing realism, and he drew a lot of like military, like historical stuff. I don't know what it is, but every time I see artists that do that, I'm like, I feel like they served, or they're usually from like a military family.
Yeah, he was one of those people. I think he didn't really like his time in the military, but he had sort of loved and romanticized the military.
You still, I think, come out with that as like, you still have a love for the camaraderie and stuff like that, and sort of like aspects of it. But yeah, all my friends that serve, like, I have a couple of buddies who were in Afghanistan and a couple that were in Iraq that essentially like left high school to go do that. And they're all the same way, like, don't really like the government, don't really agree with the war, but still have this like romantic, fond memory of their time there. It's weird. City of Vets. Yes, follow Trevor. Keep a lookout for the day I introduce myself to him and convince him to do a book with me.
I'd love him to even get like 5 people following him tonight, because he's not that active and he doesn't have that many
He's like
followers.
so under the radar on Twitter, and I feel that little boost would like boosts like that always. I'm like, oh, I guess Twitter's not so bad.
Yeah, and I'd love him to get that little surprise too, because I'm not gonna say anything. It'd be cool if he's like, hey, cool, I got a bunch of new followers.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's seriously one of my favorite people, and you know how much I don't like people.
Yeah.
No, he's just no, actually, you know how much I actually do like people.
Can't stay for long. It's late here, but absolutely wanted to pop in. Hell yeah, dude. We appreciate it.
Another dude. All these
DJ2K Comics Back City brought a few days ago. I'm excited to read it. I am excited for you to read it. Thank you for stopping in and hanging out with us, and thank you for backing it. I know I say it a lot, but it genuinely means the world to me and Jeff. I was talking to Ryan before we started tonight. Like every day I wake up and I make comics, and you know I still have a day job, but like making comics is a huge part of my life now, and I couldn't imagine a time beforehand when I wasn't making comics, and that's thanks to all you dudes. And I will never be able to fully articulate how much that means to me. My unit at Fort Drum had a guy who joined the Army at 16, turned 17 in advanced training, and turned 18 in Afghanistan. They'll let you drop out and join if your parents sign the waiver. Yeah, a couple of my buddies did, like legally at 18 were over there. But one of my buddies, Tyler, who got in some serious fucking trouble, served in Afghanistan. He got the waiver signed and everything, and I think he turned 18 while he was over there. But he also came back and showed a bunch of people a bunch of video footage he wasn't supposed to show people, and got himself in a bunch of shit. Those were crazy times, though, man. Like, that's why I'm like, COVID is just like another crazy thing that happened in our lifetime. Like,
oh yeah.
It's crazy to think of like my parents' generation where like they were alive for JFK getting shot, and like they're still around and now got to experience global pandemic. How do you know Bloom Online? I like his streams. Yeah, I don't really know of those guys. I was just a fan of fucking Low Res's stuff a while back. I started talking to them recently, though. Jerry's great. I know of them, I should say. I don't know them that well, but they're rad dudes. I've been picking their brains about potentially collaborating on something. But every once in a while, we'll pop them on in the background and snipe their stuff to try and get some dudes over to them, funnel some love over there. But yeah, they're great dudes. They're in post-production on a movie right now that they shot, I think, right at the beginning of all the COVID stuff before lockdowns got crazy. And they're like editing through it and everything right now, and I think probably releasing it sometime next year. But I'm looking forward to that for sure. I'm trying to convince all those dudes to do some sort of schlocky horror movie with me at some point. It does suck, but it happens. I was in the Army when 9/11 happened. That one is still really fresh in my mind. Yeah, that was essentially like 9/11 and a lot of Call of Duty is what got like most of my my friends to enlist. I took that. What the fuck is the test they come in and offer you to take in high school? It's like a placement program test for the military.
Yeah, I forget what that's called, but I remember that.
Not ROTC, but or maybe no, the ROTC is like the sustainment thing they do where you can go there and do their little training.
Yeah.
It's fuck, man. Somebody will know it in chat. ASFAB, there we go. That was the thing I couldn't remember the other night. So I took that and got like they were so the guy that was there basically told me and a buddy that we were too smart for I think it was the Army, something like that, and just said like two of the branches would give us like pick of whatever the fuck we wanted to do. And one of my other buddy actually did end up going into the military, and I think he's like a career Navy guy now. But yeah, I got a really good score on that. My parents were all pumped, and I was just like, I'm not going into the military. And then I got like medically not allowed to for just being like a fat idiot and not being able to get in shape. They were like, yeah, we wouldn't take you right now. You'd have to
Your idiot score is off the charts, sir. You're going to have to stand down.
Yeah, well, I had to do like a bunch of that sustainment training to get in shape while also like living on my own and having to work full time. I was like, I can't do this. I'm a garbage person. Yeah, the ASFAB. That was weird though. Like, we had like record numbers of kids like totally bombing that test, like getting really bad scores on it, and the Army was still like, yeah, we like it. Like, we'll take you. Dumb can still shoot a gun. Low res is legit. I think I read that one. I was a signature away from following my dad's footsteps in the Navy, but checking out. Yeah, both my parents were Navy. That's probably what I would have ended up doing, but like I said,
give that one a full read. Give that one a full read, just for anyone that just happens to be listening, because that's really funny.
But
the end.
Chickened out over a girl and then almost joined the Army to get away from her. Yeah, that was the other thing too. It was like I was so reckless right out of high school. That would have been like no guarantee you're getting wrecked anymore. That was abandoning a lot of vices all at once.
You're like, I'm not into the cold turkey kind of thing with everything at once.
Is that my uterus? Yeah, I had a brother who was like super flat-footed too, and they were just like, we can't take you. At one point I got in shape, and I think I was talking to the Marines, and like my neck was too thick. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. They have like these specific like shirt sizes, and like your chest needs to be like a certain width, and then your neck needs to be like another width, and like you'd get big enough for your chest to be right, and then your neck would be wrong. I was just be like, I'm like a goblin mutant. Like, I'm just not meant for this. Like,
they're like, we'll hire you as a piece of equipment. How's that work?
Like, yeah. We can only sign you on as a trough. Where you're basically like a pig in a uniform. Like your dimensions are inhuman.
But not really in a uniform, because we don't really have a uniform that fits you right.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. I'm so large, like I'd be like the worst infantryman ever. I'd be the first guy to just get fucking completely lit up anywhere. It's like, who's the fucking totem pole walking around like he doesn't know where he is?
Hey guys, cover me!
What's up, Mitch?
What's up, Mitch?
Remember when Jesse Jackson went to Kosovo in '99 to get the hostages back? I was in Bosnia when that happened. I was 9 when that happened. Fond memories of Kosovo. That's all the cool shit I'm into. I'm gonna have to look that up now. That's like one of the artists at the old shop I worked at, one of the tattoo artists, this like old Polish dude, super gnarly Polish special forces, and he had a picture in his office of like his old squad, and all the faces are scratched out of it, like something out of a movie. And just at the bottom of it is a year written down. And I went and looked up the year one year, and it's like a bunch of horrible war crime shit. I was like, oh God, like they were doing like evil shit. It was just like, oh God. But yeah, interesting. And that was like in our time, like I think mid 80s. But you don't, I'm assuming it's his squad. Like, he doesn't talk about it, and it's just a picture he has in his office. But that old military shit has always fascinated me. Not that what you were doing in Bosnia had anything to do with anything like war crimes, but...
Brian's like, oh, there's plenty of pictures where my face is blacked out.
Yeah, right?
Has nothing to do with war crimes.
All that redacted... military shit has always fascinated me. Yeah, Poland doesn't play fuckboy games no more. Yeah, they're wild, and I know he was actually like a reformed, like white supremacist guy. He was into some heavy shit at some point. Back when evidently a lot of them were like that. He got out of the country because of that, I think. Got all his tattoos covered up and everything, like made amends for...
All his tattoos say witty supremacist.
Yeah. What's white powered?
Yeah. we had a full Mexican dude
just
in my
add
high
a
school.
D in white powder.
That's fair.
I just love cocaine.
No, but it's not. There's not room for it, so you have to put it above with like a caret between the letters, pointing down.
It's my reformed white supremacist. Now I'm just a cokehead tattoo.
I was about to draw it in my sketchbook and show it, and then I'm like, no, I'm not going to write white power in my sketchbook.
White powder. Yeah, your wife comes in as you're writing it, like, Ryan, what are you doing?
The YouTube's extrematized him.
Holy shit. That is hilarious. That's like a fifth grader writing in their notebook. Oh no. Shit, I forgot the D. Michael, we need to have a talk. What's up, Kevin? I sent you the link and I texted you. I don't know if you're... Oh, did you texted me? Yeah.
You know, I thought human forklift.
Yeah, it's just a hangout, sweetie. You can come join us. I've been fucking dropping that fucking no fate but what you make all day. Kept thinking of you. And now you're here. It's perfect. Kevin like will yell it at me randomly while we're playing games all the time. Because he's even more of a nut for Terminator than I think me or anyone I know. But that was like what I yelled at Ryan today as soon as he let me know that Hammerella was funded.
Yeah,
excellent.
awesome.
And yeah, Hammerella's funded, dudes. Thanks to all of you. It was a
Bang.
bad practical joke from my tattoo artist. Probably wouldn't fly. Yeah, can I get white powder in the SS font? All my tattoo artists are Puerto Rican. They'd be like, no.
I for sure, that's not how I was going to start a sentence. I knew a Marine back in the day that lived in my hometown, and he had Heather tattooed. And his joke was that if his girlfriend Heather left him, he just gets the H covered up so it says "eat her."
Oh my god!
It's like, cool, you go from classy to crass so quick.
I'm really happy for you, Ryan. Well deserved. Congratulations.
Dude, we're gonna have to do the same thing for Pedro.
Some horns from the dude.
When Pedro
You can
gets his
change
project
Nazi to
going.
Nacho. It makes me think of fucking the Community episode with the secret trampoline. And they realize the dude's actually a white supremacist at the end. Have you ever seen that?
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm in the chat. What I say it again?
Have you ever seen the Community episode with the secret trampoline?
Yes, I know exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end, the dude's got his shirt off and he's fucking he's got the giant swastika tattoo. He's like, eventually it's gonna be a maze. Like, so fucking good. It makes my Jewish girlfriend laugh like an idiot every time.
Man, I forgot about that show.
Oh man, it's on Netflix, and we'll put it on like fairly frequently, just as like background noise.
I liked it too. It's just one I haven't gone back to in a long time because I was kind of late to it because I don't know, like I didn't want to watch it. Like it was just one of those shows. I'm like, nah, I don't want to watch that. That looks dumb.
It's written by Dan Harmon.
Well, I know that now.
Yeah, the dude who did like Rick and Morty. Weird. Cybernary comes. I was gonna say, is that an older comic? Because it comes up as a Wildstorm book at one point. I feel like I've heard of this before too. Yeah, this chick she looked like somewhere between like Angela and like what was it? Cyberforce. Is that the name of that group?
Sylvester's group?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Cyberforce.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah, I'm like about to share it. Sorry.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah, I'm like, how old is this book? Because I definitely remember seeing.
I'm horrible with dates. If you're like, oh, do you remember when this came out? I'm like,
oh, dude,
like 2 years ago, right?
That's like the most impressive shit in the world to me, and I love comics, but like the dudes who are just like, and with tons of books, I just assume immediately like you worked in a shop or something, when you can just be like, oh yeah, this and this and this. Like Liefeld does it on Twitter all the time, and it's just like, actually, this came out here, but it was marked here, and then it got pushed back to this month, and I'm like, how the fuck do you remember that about one book? Like, what's up with Camp Pendleton?
I was trying to type in the answer, which is why I'm being quiet, when I can just speak the answer and be part of the show.
Right.
I get lost in the chat. You're like, hey, you want to come on my show? And then only hang out in the chat.
Ty Ranger, everybody's hanging out. Oh.
Yo.
Shogun
hey,
Ronin Artist.
What's up? Welcome. And Kevin's still there. I'll eat tacos and hop in. Oh, I want tacos. Camp Pendleton is the Marine base, or one of the Marine bases here. I live right by the El Toro Marine base and the Tustin Airfield now, but little ways south of me is Camp Pendleton, and it's huge. And I know Rhode Island's not huge, but the base is bigger than Rhode Island, which for a military base, that's pretty big, and it covers like a huge part of the state. It's like bigger than most counties too. But it's a lot of wild stuff happens there because it basically is a Marine county, which, like I said, I grew up right next to.
Is that where they do the sweet fucking rocket training and all that they did the video on a while ago?
Yes. So
yeah, it's like in the California hills, and they just like shoot MGs and shit all day.
Their games are nutty. So yes, Brian. Quick answer for Brian is yes. It's crazy because it's a county run by Marines. So there's stores and shops and everything, and it's all manned by the Marines' families and their kids, and so it's almost like, I don't know. It's Marines are kind of wild, like Wild Westy, but they're put into this modern element at Camp Pendleton, so it gets a little crazy sometimes. But yeah, they're war games. So one year, we are going down to San Diego Comic-Con. It was like 2008 or something, and of course I'm running late, and I'm supposed to be there for a Top Cow signing, and traffic. We hit traffic like an hour outside of the Marine base. and it's dead stop. And then we just start creeping and crawling, and we finally get to basically where there's a bunch of cops and ambulance and everything, and there's a Vaughn's big rig, like a grocery store big rig with its tractor trailer, and the top part of it is blown open, like just it had exploded and was black, and like the fire trucks had put everything out by then, so that's why we were allowed to move by. So what I heard from Marines I knew was somebody actually fired a rocket during war games and it hit this truck. The official story was the freezer unit on the truck exploded. That's what was on the news and in the papers and everything. But man, when we drove by that thing, like we looked at it and we're like, dude, that thing got hit by a missile. Like that thing,
yeah.
like the driver survived, everyone was fine, but yeah, the Marines I knew, they were like, oh no, dude, that was a mishap in war games, which happens all the time. It's like,
drop a fucking javelin on it.
I just picture the trucker. He's like, gonna get back to my family this weekend. Shaboom!
This is my favorite song.
Oh man, but yeah, that's Camp Pendleton. It's crazy.
A second Randy appears. Randy Siplin. What's up, dude? Both are Randys. Hail, fellow Randy. I love that. What's up, dudes?
They
Good
recognize each other.
Right? Fancy seeing you here, Randy. I am just in the background staring at Mark Silvestri art at the moment. Yeah.
Rasmus says it was a boomerang missile. It was supposed to go back to the base.
Trying to think of other books of his that I can just pick up and stare at that I don't already own. How about that Batman book he was supposed to do that never came out?
Oh man, I can't wait to not read that. It's gonna look so cool on the original boards back at his studio.
Yeah, he did that one fucking image for it, and it looked like it was gonna be cool. And they were like, we promise, brand new villain. And it's Mark Silvestri doing a Batman book. And Batman looked like mean as fuck again. It was like, yeah. But nothing. No Batman.
Nope. I recently found my issue of his X-Men with the Brood where Wolverine's on his knees. You know that cover? And he's screaming as he turns into the Brood creature. Or did you like that one? So I found that and opened it up, and it's signed by Mark Silvestri in ballpoint pen. I was like, yes, I remember this. I didn't know I still had it. So that was kind of cool. A little nerd moment for myself.
Yeah, that one image we got. Yeah, that's fucking awesome. Similar thing happened when I was at Fort Hood. Yeah, no, I know, but what the fuck happened?
That's it. Yeah.
That was like 3 years ago now. An artillery crew got sloppy and fired a 155 millimeter round off post. It hit a ranch house in the country. All the crew members got kicked out of the army. Yeah, that's fucking insane.
And they joined the local police.
Oh my god, click, click, boom, and then boom. He was listening to Saliva. He deserved to get blown up. J. Rob Art says, hey Ryan, just had to stop in and say congrats. Super excited to have Hammerella funded now. Let's get baby Hammerella done. Hell yeah, J. Rob. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, J. Rob's an old friend of mine from the Valiant days. If you guys don't know him on Twitter, he does these awesome. I'm gonna drop his you
can like say hi to these people out loud and stuff. You can just cut me off. I'm not gonna like break your legs. It's not like a no shouting out your friends rule on here.
No, but yeah, J Rob, he was like one of the Super Valiant fans, or is, I should say, Super Valiant fans. We became friends back when I was working there, and right now he's doing this whole series of characters that are mashed up with Bender, and he did a Hammerella mashed up with Bender.
I think you've showed me some of his stuff before.
Yeah, he did the Gods and Gears ones last year. I showed you those ones for sure.
Those are excellent. I love that.
So he's also like one of those rare rays of light where his real life is serious and has troubles just like all of us, but he is nothing but positivity and trying to make everybody else's day better.
Hell yeah.
So give him a follow. Give J Rob a follow.
We're over here just trying to make people laugh. Take things less seriously when we can. But yeah, go check out J Rob's art, guys.
Link is in the chat.
Kick ass. Perfect. You beat me to it. I was just about to say you can drop his link. Oh, hey, thank you, Spencer, for the slot video. I laughed my ass off while my wife was on a training call upstairs. She was pissed. Yeah, that was everybody had already said what needed to be said about all of that. And again, I'm just trying to make people laugh. I'd like to think somewhere, even if Slot saw that, he would laugh a little bit. It's not serious. We're having fun over here. But man, that whole thing was just insanity.
If we were serious, we'd do an impression of him and threaten him with death. With the impression, the death curse.
I would do an impression of him, and he would wake up with like SARS or something. It would be insane. Some new disease. My favorite Silvestri art is Uncanny X-Men 251. Look up that one and prepare to be stunned. I'm sure I've seen like all of these. I'm just like, is there a I can't think of a series where he was on it and didn't leave it after like.
251's The Cross.
Oh, okay, that is the one I'm thinking of. I think I scrolled by that one already.
It looks like you colored it.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, it needs to be redone, is what I'm saying. No, I'm kidding. It's I love the colors, and it looks like.
Oh yeah, no, this is. I mean, that's why I was like, I think I know which one he's talking about, because this is I mean, it's been riffed on a bunch. Yeah, Liefeld did a riff of it for the Bloodstrike stuff, or technically, I think that's what FIFA or whatever.
Something like that, yeah.
There's not like
234 is the one I was thinking of.
Clear picture of it. But this and these X-Men books, there's a few Iron Man books, like this era, I should say, and Punisher Warzone are colors-wise like big things for me. And I sort of take color palettes and sensibilities from the old school guys and then just add a little bit of like modern technology on it, like maybe a little bit of like shading and blending here and there, but for the most part, like the old school dudes just figured out that like a lot of the work is done for you in just really good color choices.
Yeah, like I think these are all Glynis Oliver, or for the most part, maybe some Chrissy Shield.
There's
I don't know, like
what was the one you were saying?
So good at coloring.
241.
234.
234. Sorry. The weird, like, what was he like melting in this one?
He's becoming the Brood.
Oh, that's what it is, yeah. Oh, man, the neck on that, too. I think that's just, like, my favorite thing to draw is just gnarly necks. Yeah, that's kick-ass. Old school-ass corner boxes.
Yeah, so, like, one of my deathbed thoughts when I'm an old man laying in bed is going to be how rad it was to be like 13 when those were coming out twice a month.
Oh my god.
Like X-Men was coming out twice a month and it was either Mark Silvestri or Rick Leonardi on the art. So
that's my whole thing is I have no understanding for that, because like a lot of all this cool shit, like I was just getting it as back issues as a little kid, and I didn't have a lot of friends or anything, and I didn't really have any friends that read comics, so it was like going to the comic shop was mostly a solo endeavor, and I didn't really have a bunch of people to like ask questions about stuff. The local comic shop, the owner we had back then sucked too. Like the guy was not helpful with kids at all, and just sort of like used it as a place to hang out with his friends. So it was like you were sort of just grabbing shit in the dark and hoping it was something cool, and you had to kind of figure shit out on your own. And I was a dumb little kid. But like the idea of things like coming out twice a month and stuff like that, I had no fucking clue. Like I didn't know how these things were released. I just knew like there was new ones on this shelf and then boxes and boxes of old shit everywhere that was kick ass.
Yeah, like I've done a lot of exciting stuff in my life. Not more than anyone else, but just I've done a lot of exciting stuff, and like still there's nothing that was as exciting as every 2 weeks knowing that next fucking X-Men issue was coming out. I'm just like, oh god, like can't wait. They were so good, and like I don't know, I feel so bad that kids these days, poor kids these days. It's nothing at not a lot of fun at the shop. Although, you know what? All the kids in my shop are having a blast gaming. They don't give a fuck about the comics.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say,
having
like,
a blast gaming. Yeah,
we have a local comic shop that gets like no love, and then we have a local gaming place, and it's fucking packed, like constantly. Yeah, I wanted to pick up, like, I wanted to take a trip at some point and grab some Silvestri stuff. I haven't really looked through, but I feel like I have a bunch of it already. Like, you did a bunch of Wolverine. I don't think I've ever read the Cyblade She crossover.
no, I did read that once. I don't have it.
I realized when I went back today and read Hunter Killer, no offense to you or anyone on the team, but something about the colors makes me want to beat my head against a wall. And they're executed technically well, but the colors are like, there's something just off about them. I don't know if it's like the choices or the contrast or what, but like it's weird.
Yeah, Furco's really good, and Furco's okay. Furco's an amazing artist, I should say. Steve Furco. He does mostly design stuff now. He kind of stepped away from comics because the pay sucked. But
no way.
I thought it was too much, like just too much rendering. It was the same thing when anyone colored him at Marvel. They had top-notch guys coloring him, but they were doing the same techniques they would do over other people. And with Mark, it's that thing where he's so render heavy, and the line work does so much of the tonal work that it's like, just some simple colors, some simple gradations here or there. It's like, let that black and white, tell the story. I think that's kind of what the problem
that
is.
Might be it too. I mean, that's like cut and grads to fucking a whole nother level, but I always felt like that was kind of like Top Cow's thing for a while. That was like what set them apart, was their like colors were fucking way over the top.
Yeah, well, yeah, everything was supposed to be like the ink. Everything was supposed to be as oomphy as you could get it. It was supposed to.
Yeah, like the rendering and everything, like inking, it was always like, damn, how'd they get like, it was like Todd McFarlane's, but you weren't noodling. They were very technical and precise. And like we talked about earlier, like everything had the other day, everything had an awesome, like angry, aggressive energy to it at Top Cow. Mm-hmm. There's very much like a house style, but it was always really fucking cool. At least it being like, like 13, 14 and reading all of it. What's going on?
Woo!
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Sorry, I didn't realize you were in here. I was on another page.
No worries. I was also just like setting up my stuff to draw, so. No big deal.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna do a sketch card in a little while.
What's this about? We can't promote like friends, and then we get our like legs broken.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, you have to promote your friends, or you'll get your legs
or
broken.
you get your legs broken.
Yeah.
You have to promote your friends while breaking your friends' legs, so they don't think you're gay for promoting them.
Does anybody
Okay.
have the Art of Mark Silvestri book? I don't have that.
I do have that.
I'm like, should I get that?
It's pretty sweet.
Ooh.
You'll
Dude,
like it. It's
The
I keep it handy.
paperback's only $20 and the hardcover is $30. Hot damn! How many pages is this thing?
Are you hard thinking about that hardcover?
96, dude. My nips could cut through glass right now.
Jesus, you'd be the ultimate cat burglar.
Yeah. You could just spin me around and I'll cut a nice little circle. You can
Just
open
fucking
the door.
spin me around, dude. I'd cut a nice little circle. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
And if he spun you around, you wouldn't be cutting a circle.
Rotate my enormous
You'd just be cutting
body.
him every time you spun around.
Yeah.
I meant like with my nipples to the glass. I'd technically be cutting 2 circles.
Wait, which way are you facing?
Towards the glass.
South?
No, if you don't
Yeah,
rotate
with my nipples.
No,
Due south.
you could cut one circle with 2. Each would just cut half the circle.
Yeah. Well, no, technically, if you put me to the glass, both nipples touching, and you rotate me in a big circle, I'm probably just going to cut like a half circle into the window. And then we'd still have to punch the glass out.
Can
No,
we wait till we have Jeff here to do this? Because
Yeah.
it's just me and Kevin.
Yeah.
I think we need Jeff to draw.
I'm going to
this.
have to scribble concentric circles with my glass cutting nipples just standing upright.
Does anyone have a spirograph to figure this out for us?
Yeah.
Is there
Okay,
a
so I've
nipple
got
setting
my-
on the spirograph?
What is that? A compass? No. Was that what it was called? Holy shit.
Yeah, a compass, but I'm talking a spirograph. The thing that it's like
Yeah, that's way more elaborate than we
the
need.
little gear mechanism thing.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure a spirograph was also just a kid's toy to be like, yeah, you can draw circles, you idiot. Keep you busy for 10 minutes.
Moron.
I
Yeah.
love that
You dumb child.
the preview for the Mark Silvestri art book is just like the copyright page. It's like, oh, sick. That's fun stuff. Beat the colorist. Jesus. You can spin him right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round.
Hot.
LOL.
Whoever described that in
Nailed
that
it.
way, I want to date them.
Date him so hard.
Yeah, I'll date you so hard. You don't even
Date him
understand.
like all night.
Yeah,
Datum O'Neill.
I want to get wild with that person. Like
Channing
go
Datum.
hat shopping or something.
Sorry, I'm just full of bullshit tonight.
Do we have like a theme for tonight? What are we
Channing
doing? Are we
Tatum.
sketching? Are we sketching Channing Tatum?
No, so the draw stream was earlier tonight. But we can draw again.
Oh, I'm already like figuring stuff out.
Oh yeah, what are you drawing?
No, I've just been doing like color studies, trying to figure
Oh,
out
yeah.
coloring.
I drew this picture of my dad as Doctor Strange. With that hot dog finger. Hot dog finger.
You should put a little bit of mustard on there.
Yeah. Just a condom on it.
A condom of mustard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't got a condom, but I got some mustard.
We were from one of those.
I've thrown a condom of mustard.
We were from one of them poor schools where they taught you how to put a condom on a hot dog because bananas were too expensive.
Because our dad's fingers didn't look like this.
One of those schools where, to simulate a wiener, they put a hot dog in a microwave for way too long, and then it blows out all crazy, and then they put the condom on it. Why they did that way, I don't know.
Tanning Chatham.
Head of the class did it with their mouth.
Yeah, this is what a tan exploded penis looks like.
There was an artist in the Renaissance who was asked to prove his worth as an artist, so he freehand drew a perfect circle. Always loved that story.
Wasn't that like Da Vinci? Da
Then
Vinci would like
he
draw perfect circles on people's doors.
Then he stabbed the guy in the neck with the
And then a
pencil and
demon would
ran
come
off.
out of him.
No, Da Vinci. I'm pretty sure it's like if Da Vinci went to someone's house and they weren't there, like when he went to meet him, he wouldn't leave like a note that was like, "Hey, I came over and I missed you." He would just leave a drawing of a perfect circle, and I was like, "That's the coolest, most dickish thing to do."
Well, I want to see Spencer step it up when he's like, I'm going to prove how good of an artist I am. And he uses his nipples to cut a perfect circle on your window.
To cut
Oh,
a
I bet-
perfect circle in your window and reach in.
No, it's Spencer just cuts it like etches a Stussy into the glass
Yeah.
with his nipples.
I
like how-
condiment.
Wait, I like how
I'm assuming that was in a comment on the condom full of mustard.
That's
I like how
hilarious.
Spencer's nipples have come into play like twice now. Like first it was the hair from his nipples that made the good brush pens, and now it's him just cutting glass.
I'm like some sort of mystical beast, man. My nipples will be harvested when I'm no longer here.
Yeah. Quick, harvest his nipples. I wish I hear that at some point in my life.
You'll all be
I got a
invited.
cooler.
Yeah, you'll all be invited to the funeral where you'll have to compete in a series of games for who gets my nipples.
Beth's like, what do you guys talk about on your podcast?
Yeah.
Just
Mostly about Spencer's nipple meat.
Just planning for the future, babe.
Nipple meat. Okay,
Yeah,
now we
you
need
can't just-
now we need the drawing of Spencer's chest with like the meat drawn outline around the
Yeah.
sections.
I need me in a coffin with my nipples cut off.
It's like an open nipple casket. Like there's just little holes drilled to look at your nipples, and that's it.
To make sure they're still intact.
Yeah, we
until
gotta
the
know.
ceremony's over.
We gotta know those puppies are intact.
Yeah, what you're
Like
fighting
binoculars
for.
sticking out of the top you gotta look through.
I'm gonna send Peter a perfect circle so he publishes my non-existing comics.
Wait.
I feel like that would really fucking scare the shit out of people if you did that nowadays. Like for Da Vinci or whatever, it was cool back then because there was like 8 people in the town, and they were like, oh,
There was
like,
only 8 people.
yeah, and
Two of them were Da Vinci.
7 of them felt really left out the first night. But then eventually you put circles on all their doors. But yeah, nowadays you'd be like, what the fuck is this? Back then though, it was like cute. It was like, oh, Da Vinci finally put a circle on my door. Yay. I imagine at least. It's Da Vinci, so it'd be like 3/4 down a circle, if anything.
Or it'd be some sort of murder machine that
he'd draw a circle and then a dude's dick out in it.
I'm just drawing the nipple viewing casket right now because this is too funny of an idea not to like draw out.
Nipple viewing casket. That was his best feature. We should all be able to collectively land a job doing cartoons in a really shitty newspaper. That should be our objective.
No, comic strips are too hard.
Making really obscure.
They are so not, and it's. I mean, I remember when I did them.
Yeah, like we just got one, Ryan. It's nipple casket, and it says they were his best feature, and then we send it into them.
Yeah,
no context.
This is like a horrible
I've done tons
drawing.
of them. I did them for years, but to me, I'd rather not do them.
Oh wait, you can't even see it. God damn it! So wait, so those are the binoculars right there. But then there should be. There's also a coin. There's a coin slot. You have to put 50 cents in.
And then the binocular slots open so you can see through, like the thing at the beach.
Exactly.
Open nipple casket.
You have to put in 50 cents to view Spencer's nipples.
Everyone in Russia is a bear on a unicycle.
Mom, can I have a quarter?
So my casket is just super fucking heavy by the time they go to carry me out.
Yeah, the coins just fall
It's
into your
just
casket. There's no
jingling
collection
with
like
change. Yeah. Wait, where did the quarters go? Oh no, they're in there.
the slot rolls directly into your mouth. Just filling your cord with coins. That way you know that you know per your will that you will be buried at the bottom of the sea.
Hollow me out and fill me with modern coinage.
Yeah, I don't know what Spencer was talking about in his will. It just said "Hollow Man me out," and then
his will just said, "Fill me with coins, boys."
Yeah. But it kept referencing Hollow Man.
You see Rona Mitra's boobs.
Yeah. Also, it says something about Kevin Bacon has to be there.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to want to be there. He just has to be there.
Oh, he'll want to be there. We go way back. Me and
Ty
him
Ranger.
both got fucked in the Madoff scheme.
Ty Ranger said, "Haven't you heard Penny for the Ferryman?" Yeah, but
yes, this is
got, like, 50
fat
cents.
man,
He
fat
can
man
go-
full of quarters.
he can go back and forth with Sharon. He'd be like, "Look, you take me over there. That's 1 penny. Like I can go 24 more times."
Yeah, he's basically gonna be my
Sharon's
personal
like, I'm
Uber
gonna upgrade my boat with this motherfucker.
with all the nipple sales.
Sharon's getting a motor.
We'll cross the river Styx in a yacht. It's just not even a boat at that, like a ferry. Like it's just you get on a yacht and you walk across it and you're on the other side of the river Styx because the yacht is so big. It's touching, you know.
That annoying song "On a Boat" is new to Sharon, so he keeps just playing it over and over again. Like, damn.
He thinks the song "My Sharona" is about him.
Wait, it isn't?
Oh, stupid joke. But yeah, doing color studies and mainly found like Vietnam War photos are really fun to do. Talking about the war stuff that you guys talking about earlier, but there's just like good pictures of, and the colors are pretty like interesting, and I don't know. That's what I've been digging on lately.
I thought you were gonna say Nam, like the comic.
No,
The Nam.
but I feel like everything that I am coloring could probably be on. Like, it was when Goran Parlov did that Punisher, the Platoon.
Hell yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a good book.
Good issue.
The most kick dick Punisher there is.
Yeah.
Was that a one shot or two issues?
Well, it's like 5, I think.
I think it's a little mini series.
There's just certain images that are burned in my head. I just can't remember how many issues it was.
Oh, wait, I don't know. Wait, I don't know if it was that one. Because the Platoon was another one. I know I have the issues around here somewhere. But it was like the more recent one that he did. And it was really
With
really
coins
cool.
or with DVDs of Hollow Man.
A gigantic coin slot for DVDs of Hollow Man.
Yeah.
Look, no one wants to buy these, so just dispose of them into Spencer's body.
and a custom slot for ET on Atari.
Yeah. Oh, dude, at our house, there's like a shed out in the back, like a creepy shed. Like was built in like the fucking 60s, and it's like somehow still standing. And I haven't made the joke to my wife yet, but I want to kind of be like, well, hopefully I don't get into some sort of ET adventure with an alien back there. Because I imagine at one point it's going to start glowing, and then I like walk out there like an idiot and be like, and then I find my very own ET. But I imagine it's not ET, it's just a homeless man that's like radioactive or something.
My very own ET.
Mm-hmm. My very own ET. It's a movie that I'm writing right now.
Your
I'll
own Mr.
fit in
Burns.
the basket on your bike.
Yeah, it's me becoming friends with a homeless man.
Hey kid, you got a sandwich?
Yeah.
Don't
Sure
put
thing.
the quarters in that coffin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you Gooby.
Yeah. hey, you got any beers in your fridge? Hopefully my fingers don't glow. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's me in a wig for some reason too. Like still with my long hair, but I'm wearing a
you're
wig.
you're doing the like nutty professor type thing.
Yeah.
Does he call him Reese's Pieces?
Yeah.
Like Jeff?
No, Reese's feces.
Reese's
You got any Reese's feces? You got any different colored poops?
Yeah, that's where you eat a bunch of peanut butter and let the hobo eat your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Melts in your mouth, not in your head.
Yeah.
Well, my mouth, if you let me.
Melts in my mouth so good.
Oh, you want to phone home? I get that.
I get that.
Tie Ranger.
Don't we all, kid?
Yeah.
The shed is not like a closed. It's like really open, so I don't think I could hide a human being in there. I keep thinking that like I'm gonna walk out there though, and there is gonna be a dead person, and be like, "Oh, cool, a dead person."
The alien ends up stealing your house.
Yeah.
Dude.
I get kicked out.
Look at that! Look at that kid. Looks like you're the alien now.
Yeah, like the movie ends with a bunch of like the FBI coming in, and I'm like, "Squatters' rights," and they're taking me out like handcuffed.
Oh my god, I'm baked. My back hurts. It's been a long day. This Thanksgiving day is smarter than the average bear. More silliness to follow. Oh my god.
Does my mic sound any better or worse?
Indifferent.
Okay. I got a new mic, like a new headset, so I was like, I don't know if it sounds differently.
For all your Tarkov needs.
You sound beautiful,
baby.
Kevin.
So you could beg
Ryan,
grown men not to kill you.
that was so nice of you. No, dude, I am the one that does the killing.
I am the one who does the killing.
I'm the one who throws the pizza on the roof. I didn't watch that show. All I know is that meme. Breaking Bad.
Are you real good at Tarkov now?
No.
Are we gonna get matching arm?
We need to play together because you were like,
shooty boys.
"Oh, I don't want to shoot you in the head." I'm like, "That's part of the game." I think at some point, everybody in any game that I play with people, they want to shoot me in the head.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 hours of us streaming together, and it's gonna be all footage of me accidentally killing you and then laying down next to your body like Ted Bundy and crying.
Yeah. Where's the hug button?
If I put my finger in the hole, will you wake up?
If I stimulate, will you wake?
Better now?
And
a lot of people ended up throwing pizza at the roof of that house. The owner was not amused.
Ryan, you're like, better now? You'd be like 1 or 2. 3.
I cringe so hard the more numbers you add.
Our roof is full of rats. Please stop throwing pizza on it.
Oh yeah, that was like that's really sad that kind of like inspired that people are just like, I'm gonna throw a fucking pizza on your roof. It's like, why? Don't
Cowabunga, dude.
Yeah.
Race, go feed those little turtles, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you imagine that you just have like a rat nest in your house because random assholes keep rolling up and throwing pizza on your roof. Right? Pizza attracts rats. I didn't just learn that from cartoons.
I think that's the only thing that attracts rats and mutant turtles.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Right. I've been leaving pizza on my back porch for like 10 years. Ninja Turtles have not shown up yet.
Yeah, what the fuck? You're just super pissed off.
Like a GoPro. Raccoons every night. No turtles.
Yeah.
It's a GoPro though, like strapped to your forehead. And you go out every night and you're like, no turtles.
Pizza's gone. No turtles.
This is-
Must
this
have
is-
The
missed
neighbors
them
are like,
again.
he's out there with the raccoons again.
It's the No Turtles YouTube channel.
I don't know why these raccoons keep showing up, but they need to fuck off.
They're taking all the pizza before the turtles could get it.
Teenage Mutant. Nope, there's no turtles.
Okay, guys, tonight I got 2 pizzas. One so the raccoons could eat it and leave the other pizza alone so the turtles could show up and eat that one.
Turns out the raccoons got all of it. I guess raccoons are faster than turtles. Nature.
Tonight, I
learning.
leave a note for the raccoons. Please,
Yeah.
leave this one.
Yeah,
Don't
your next,
eat.
yeah, your next YouTube video is titled "Me Pleading with the Raccoons." You're like on your knees. Raccoons, I can't see you, but I know you're out there.
All right, guys, so I only know how to write in English. They might know a different language,
Yeah.
but they're not understanding the English sign I put up. They're still eating the pizza.
Your next series of videos is me trying to understand the raccoon language. And then you just go insane from there.
Yeah,
Just
from
start,
there.
you have the raccoon mask like
Yeah.
Wolverine in his miniseries. You have that
I've
painted on your
noticed-
face.
I've noticed particular patterns in the way that they scratch the wood on my fences.
Is it perfect circles?
Rocket and hiding.
I think I think I,
trench coat and fedora.
I think I could recreate this with my diamond hard nipples.
That's what really gets the raccoons to show up. My rock hard nips.
Yeah, raccoons are always ready for a show. If I've learned anything in my years of seeing raccoons occasionally,
It's their rampant love of nipples.
yeah.
Yes. I want to do another sketch card, but I think I need to grab another drink and hit the bathroom again.
Ryan, did I ever tell you about the time a raccoon waved at me?
No, but I'd sure like to hear about it.
Okay.
Dude, you should tell him about the dog too.
What dog?
Wasn't there a dog that like you don't remember?
Oh, okay. You're talking. Those are old times.
Yeah. Doesn't Gabby love that story too?
Gabby hates both of these stories. So let me start with okay.
Oh, so those are from the old Kevtament.
Yeah. I'll mute, but I'll be back in a minute. You should definitely tell him these stories though, because they're hilarious.
They're not hilarious. They're not funny to anyone but me.
Well, let's be prepared to hear Kevin laugh at the end of this story, folks.
I'm not gonna laugh. I'm just. It's like a old man next to his mantle, regaling stories of old. But no, the dog one was basically a buddy of mine. He's got at the time he had one beautiful blue nose pit bull, and he still has him. He's just an old guy now, and he's got a couple other dogs. But basically when we'd hang out, like he'd be like, "Hey, you want me to pick you up like on the way? Like, well, I gotta do some shit, so you want like a ride?" And I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." So he's like, "Yeah, I just gotta go by the pet store, and we gotta like go get some dog food or like whatever." And so I think I ended up walking over to his house or like whatever. But either way, we got really high before we like left, and then we picked up another friend. So there's 3 of us, and it's a Toyota Tacoma, but it's like a early one, so it's like a it's just 3 of us in a cab, and so we're all like jammed in there. And we go to the
It's like
pet
the VW
store.
bug of trucks, those things.
Basically, yeah. So we go to the pet store, and my buddy Jacob is like picking out whatever dog food he needs, but me and my other buddy Justin were like looking at, they had like puppies, and that store didn't always have puppies. They just happened to have puppies. It's like a really small local place, so
Special puppy day.
yeah. And we're like looking at the puppies, and we're like all high, and then basically one of them winked at me, and it was the best day of my life. That's the story. That's it. Okay, so the raccoon story is I was at my same friend
Should I be
Jacob's
playing
house.
ukulele behind these?
Yeah, probably. No, my friend Jacob, like literally I lived one street over from him before I moved. So like we'd always be over there. Like I became friends with his like sister, like really like when I was younger. And then
Oh,
once I met
yeah.
him, I was like, "Oh, dude, your sister sucks. Like, you're way cooler." Because we were all like, He's a couple. I think he's only like a year or two older than me. But like, we were just like, "How are we not friends? And how do we not run into each other in high school? And like, we'd like all the same shit, like fucking weird fantasy metal and video games
Mhm.
and all the same dumb shit." But so we would always hang out and we'd fucking get hammered and just play like Borderlands and shit. But there was one night where yeah, we're like hanging out, and then his dog Blue, and like, even like the cats, like all of them were like freaking out. And they're all like converging around like his back screen door, and we're like, "What the fuck?" So we like go, stop playing video games and walk over there, and then it's just like a raccoon, and it's just like pawing at the like back screen door, and we're like, "What the hell? Like, what does it want in? Like, we don't want to let it in. Like, what if it just got like rabies or something?" But it was nighttime, so it's like, oh, it's probably fine. But either way,
Rabies is like it's a sunborn thing, right?
yeah, it's like if you see them out in the daytime, that's a bad sign. But for the most part, at night, it's okay to see
Oh, I
raccoons.
actually see what you mean now. I was making a joke about rabies doesn't affect you at night.
Yeah.
But no, I see what you mean. If the raccoon's out during the day, you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's a bad
something's wrong.
sign.
Something's wrong with this guy. Yeah, that makes sense.
But either way,
Continue.
no, it was just really great because then like we were trying to like shoo it away, but like from inside. So I don't know how you scare something through like a slider, a glass slider, but we're like, get away here. And then eventually it just like went across his porch or like back deck, and then it like climbed over a tiny wall, and then it looked back and it like lifted up its paw and it like waved. And
Aww.
I literally like doubled over laughing because I was like, what was it doing? Like, what was it trying to I don't understand. I just didn't understand, and it was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
They're little mimickers. He was just waving you goodbye. He knows a wave goodbye.
Apparently. Also at that buddy's house though, because like half of his property is like up this giant like hill, so there's a lot of like crazy cool trees, and you can kind of like hike up there, and it's really nice actually because it overlooks like a lot of the town, so you can watch really cool sunsets up there, and it's a really cool place. um but there's always deer, like there's trails, so you can kind of follow their trails wherever they've made little tiny like fucking 6-inch like trails, but you can walk up 'em. But there he has like a lot of like plants as far as like roses and like garden stuff, so they will come down and they'll eat tomatoes, so a lot of times he's like always trying to like scare them away. Yeah, it sucks, but at the same time it's like whatever, it's nature, it's cool. um but yeah, it's really funny because like the deer, they started getting like really bold. So like literally we'd be barbecuing and they like you could see them like 20 feet away from you. And then we'd like throw like rocks to like scare them. And then they'd be like, and they'd run away. And then at one point, and we've seen him multiple times, there just came out like this like legendary deer where it was a buck. Like he actually fucking had his horns. Like I don't even remember how many points he had, but straight up has one milky eye. And we never throw the rocks at the deer. We're like throwing them at like because it's like shale, so it'll like fall,
Yeah.
it'll break, it'll scare them. But straight up, we've done it. One of us just actually hit him, and he just looked at us, and he had one milky eye, and then he slowly walked away. And it's like, dude, you're fucking cursed for hitting me with the rock. Like that was clearly some sort of legendary animal. But yeah, one time he found
It's a
he's
ghost eye, by the way.
got a garage, and then he's got like a little carport. They just found like a little like doe in the carport. And then he's like, "What do I do? Do I not touch it? Like, is it a bird?"
Do I not
But
touch it?
well, no, because eventually, like, the mom came back and like picked it up. Because with like birds, they say that if you touch them, then the mama bird won't take them back. But
Milk that eye.
oh, if I can get my hands on that legendary buck, I'd milk that eye for sure.
Drink the milk of the milky-eyed buck.
I'm
and run
assuming
through
you
the
get some sort
forest
of
naked.
like, you get some sort of fucking powers. You can at least see into the future a few days or something.
He stole your
You're like, I'm
friend's
feeling
soul that
something,
day.
babe. I'm feeling something.
Oh shit! Tomorrow, I make tacos. That sounds dope. This little lame as fucking power. I can see 2 days
see,
in the future,
and it's only what you eat for dinner that night.
or just like, oh shit, I get tomorrow off. That's cool.
You drank the milk of the deer eye, and you can now see 6 minutes into the future.
Now you
But-
can see whenever a car is gonna hit you.
Nothing
it's
in
never gonna
between that
happen.
6 minutes. Just exactly 6 minutes into the future for 1 second.
Wait, but also you milk the eye of the deer. You can see when a car is gonna hit you, but you're a human being.
I learned that bird thing is a myth. Yeah, it is.
That makes sense.
It's technically,
Totally.
it's like kind of true. It's a couple bird species where it's like that.
Yeah, I used to kidnap baby birds, and then when their mama birds rescued them, they'd always take them back.
You just made
So
the
Ryan
origin
would
story
make-
of a new character.
Ryan would take tiny little like blindfolds, like little mouth gags.
Yeah.
Fucking kidnap you. See if I can get a goddamn,
Chloroforming baby birds.
see if I can get a bird's ransom.
Mom,
want-
have you seen the tweezers I used to tie the knots around the baby birds?
I want 1,000 worms, or the kid gets it.
Yeah, look, it's gonna cost you 20 sticks and some bird spit.
Bird spit.
Birds are spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they make their nest.
Oh shit, hoodoo.
They made
Congratulations.
them with sticks.
Well,
Ryan,
no,
I think this
sticks-
one's for you, buddy. No?
Oh yes, sorry,
okay.
I typed a thank you to him in the chat.
Tyrant.
Thank you, Hooser. Good to see you, Hoodoo.
We're too busy talking about bird spit. Ryan's still obsessed with the
No,
bird spit.
Ryan just has this crazy block where he can't thank people out loud.
Well, you said he was gonna get his legs broke.
And I need my legs for sitting.
Spencer.
Fuck. Yes.
So you remember how I want to make a universe where it's all told by a very insane homeless person?
Yeah.
I found the homeless person that needs.
He's gonna move in and give me all his stories.
No. Basically,
It's not Cactus.
No, Cactus is actually like dope and coherent. It's just that he's missing way too many teeth, and it makes him sound like he's always drunk.
What's too many teeth?
Like most of them.
Number there.
I'm assuming he only has 2. And they're the two.
I
Like
think-
one's on top, one's on bottom, so they clack together when he talks.
Cursed by a Bird is still the best, but I need to see what he looks like.
No,
It would be
dude.
semi-fortunate if your 2 teeth you had were right above each other, so you could
Yeah.
kind of still chew.
Yeah.
I always like the look if you had like 1 on top and 2 on the bottom and they interlocked.
Like a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. Yeah. You're a
But no,
man-o'-lantern.
There's a YouTube channel called like Side Talk NYC, and there's this like woman that they talk to. Her name's Crystal, and I was like, that's the woman that I want narrating all of this, because she's insane.
Oh, he
yeah.
exclusively thanked Mitch, I guess.
Yeah, I do some thinking out loud. But sometimes I don't want to interrupt Kevin. So I just go to the chat to thank him, you know?
Oh, Kevin. Me and Ryan cracked the nut on the Camp Rainbow ash can last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
you
like a
guys
milky
fucking nutted?
Buckeye.
Yeah.
Man.
Buckeye nut everywhere.
Wait, have you ever seen a Buckeye nut? We have Buckeye nuts here.
Yeah.
They're not milky. They're
Should
really,
I look them up?
They're really hard. Me and again, my friend Jacob would get really drunk and then throw them at each other and then chop them with swords. They're pretty solid in the middle. They're not as milky as you'd think.
Sick.
Oh, well, I was thinking they were pretty milky.
No, they're
as
not
milky,
milky.
as you think.
Chop them with the sword, you think.
I'm pretty sure there's videos on YouTube of us doing that.
Oh yeah.
Legend has it on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, legend has it there's very sexual videos of me and a friend sucking
Sexual.
on buckeyes and getting that nut out of there, you know?
Getting our Buckeye nut milk.
Oh, yeah.
It's like almond milk, but a lot worse.
If your eye's not milky now, it will be by the end.
It's that sexual healing. That Buckeye nut feeling.
Ty Ranger, that's great. That's literally people that I talk to like every fucking day, though. I had a guy tell me the other day, what was it?
All my favorite people are kissy boys.
So within the, it was like Thursday through Sunday, I did like 45 hours, I think. And basically, like random homeless dude like showed up into town. Like you can always tell like they're newer dudes because you haven't seen them very much. So the liquor store is like you see the same people every fucking day. So this dude was like wild haired. My first interaction, shall I say, I guess, or my first like me noticing this guy is he walked up to the front of the store and all of it's on camera, but at the same time, I'm sitting by like, you know, behind the register, like by the front of the store, and he like goes into the garbage can and he just like pulls out like these like double shots of Fireball that are empty, and he's like, ah! And he starts like yelling, but he's like pouring them down his throat, but there's nothing in there. And I was like, okay, so today's just gonna be fucking dope. And then he like starts pacing out front, and I'm like, okay, like maybe he'll leave at some point. Like, do I need to go out there and be like, hey, can you pace somewhere else? Razmaz, not migrating. The town that I live in there's like the Atascadero State Hospital. So a lot of times people get bussed in here, like crazy people. It was very common. But yeah, I'm like, do I need to like tell this guy to basically like pace elsewhere, all this other stuff? So again, I did 45 hours in like 4 days. So I was there at the store a lot, and the guy kept coming back. So like at one point, I think I had like 2 interactions with him, but like one of the first ones, he convinced a dude to like buy him a bunch of shit in the store, which was like hilarious. Cause I'm not gonna be like, don't buy this dude shit. Actually, like, you got fucking duped. So he bought him like a bunch of stuff. And then he was like telling him that he like knew some head of a company like up in San Francisco, and I can't remember what the company was because it's really funny. It's like, for sure you don't know that guy. But yeah. It was a fucking weird experience. And at one point he just kept telling me like that God is like blessing me, and I was like, is he? I'm having interactions with you right now, so maybe he isn't. I don't know.
Ty said some lady gave him an angel feather.
Yeah, I was
Sounds
like
similar.
responding to Ty about that. Yeah.
I had a client like that at Staples back in the day that worked there. When I worked there, would come into the copy center, and he said he was an avid fan of people and loved people watching. And he would take pictures of people on reality TV shows, like on a camera, on film, like through the TV screen. It was the most insane shit ever. We called him Serial Killer Paul because all we knew was his name was Paul. And he would just come in with these really creepy, grainy photos of people that looked like security camera footage. But it was just pictures he was taking of like hotel TVs,
just like weird CCTV shit.
And he would tell you how much he liked people and that he was an alien who landed on the planet in 1986. This guy had to be like in his 50s, and just like absolutely spent on drugs. But he would come in constantly, and I guess he would ride around town cashing in cans and shit that he found in like dumpsters, and spending it all on printing out 24 by 36 posters of these photos he would take on glossy paper. And he'd be like, Paul only gets the nicest paper, the nicest paper. And like anybody that walked up to him would be like, hi, I'm Paul. I like watching people. And he was very upfront about it. But he's weird as hell. We had another lady who was really into Avatar, and she would come in to print the
James Cameron movie.
Yes, the James Cameron movie.
Hell yes.
She would come in to print bootleg inserts for DVD cases, because she was just, I guess, at home habitually burning DVD copies of Avatar that she would sell at like this like farmer's market thing.
Yeah.
But the way she explained it, it was like other old ladies. It sounded like was that red hat, purple dress club ladies?
Like a witch's coven.
Yeah, for old ladies, but they sell like Avatar bootleg DVDs to each other, I guess. Yeah, only Avatar. Like that's exclusively Avatar. It was insane.
Have you heard of
she
this
would come in
Iris?
for like a year straight. She would come in and print that out. Dude, she talked about it like it was like a new religion.
Oh, then she probably loved the amusement park setup in Florida. They did.
At least Paul has a hobby. Yeah, it's it was insane. He was also, we used to catch him drinking the like last sip of coffee cups out of trash cans and stuff. It was insane.
Those are the best sips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would pull them out of the trash cans and pour them all.
Last sip.
Yeah, and he would pour them all into one cup.
Stewing.
I've seen her around town before, but I had this lady that she was like not in front of the store, but like to the right of like the store, but she was like yelling down the street. She's like, fuck you, ah! And she's like flipping someone off. And then I looked the other way and I was like, there's no one down the street. It's like 10 in the morning. There's no one behind her. She's just screaming her lungs off. And it was like 20 minutes later, one of my regulars, like he pulls up and then he gets his normal like 40s, and then she walks in and then he was like, hey, Rhonda. And then she was like, hey, like in a totally normal voice, she's like, hey, do you have like a couple bucks you can like spare me? And then he was like, nah, but what do you want? And she's like, can I get a soft drink? And then he's like, yeah, for sure, just grab a soft drink. And then she like fills up her drink and everything like that. He pays for that and like, you know, his 40s. And then he's like, all right, see you later, Rhonda. And she's like, bye. And it was really weird because, again, 20 minutes before that, she was screaming at no one.
She's practicing.
But also, again, he was like, hey, Rhonda. Like, he had clearly just, like, been hanging out with her, like, 10 minutes before.
Oh, my God. Oh, sorry. I just got hit up on Twitter.
Oh, cool. He's hanging out on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, no, my phone just, like, vibrated off of my fucking table. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I got, like, 20 messages all at once from a bunch of different people. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Somebody tweet this out? What happened?
Detective Spencer is on it.
Yeah.
He's got a new case.
Still haven't found that dead guy. Kevin's now calling me. Hang on, guys. I gotta get this.
Yeah, we just have a conversation.
Leave Ryan alone.
Look, I don't think Ryan understands what's going on in this stream. We're talking about weird homeless people.
Yeah, he can't relate. Randy, no, I don't retweet this shit. Yeah, Mitch. Let me know. I didn't want to cut Ryan off, but let me know what character you want for the sketch card. We'll figure it out. Maybe I'll do it on one of these streams. You can just tell me in chat. I don't even care. Evidently, I'm not allowed to get on Twitter.
Ty,
Stop Twitter.
What was the devil voice?
There was a schizophrenic guy where I worked that would
voice.
scream using a devil voice. He screamed at nothing too, and he screamed in Farsi, so you don't know that it was very strange to hear. You didn't know that it was very strange to hear.
I'd like to imagine though. I want to hear everyone's different variation of like a devil voice.
Yeah,
It's probably rad as fuck.
Scream your devil voice in Farsi.
One person's devil voice could be, like another man's really
Oh,
cool,
boy.
like Rob Halford.
Here I come, the devil.
Yeah. Oh,
Bella Barsi, Bella Lam.
Oh boy, here I go killing again.
wait, what is the devil just killing people? See, I always thought, and I have many drawings to back this up, that the devil was a lizard that lived in hell that rode a dirt bike.
Oh, dirt bike lizard devil.
Yeah, he's got a little crown.
He's got a little crown.
Yeah.
The devil gets a bad rap, but mostly he's just a lizard who loves extreme sports. He's the distant cousin of the Geico Gecko.
He loves.
So he leaves his beer cans around the fireplace in the campsite, but he's not that bad a guy.
He loves Travis Pastrana.
You just spit coke out across my lips. I get him. God damn it. Fucking Kevin.
I was gonna say either that was funny or Ryan just got like real mad.
I was like, wait, now I have a missed call and it's from Kevin. God, I'm an idiot.
Oh, call him back.
Yeah. It could be important, guys. Hang on a minute.
Just send him a tweet.
I thought Mitch was, I'm pretty drunk, but I thought Mitch was telling me the character he wanted for a second. I was like, the Sumerian. Who the fuck is that?
I think
Now
Mitch
you gotta
meant.
draw him.
I think Mitch meant the
Yeah, right.
the Cimmerillion.
Ooh. What's that? Is
The
that
fucking the Hobbit thing.
Yeah. Oh god, that again. So it is that thing. I hate
Oh,
I
that
hate
again.
Lord of the Rings.
What? Is this how I hate Nicolas Cage? And like, I gotta be like, look.
Yeah.
No,
'cause
I
you're a
don't really
hipster.
care about Lord of the Rings. Is it hip to hate Nicolas Cage? I've been
It
doing
is
this for
now.
years.
You
Oh my
fucking
God.
cool guy.
No. So
All of
now
a
I have to
sudden-
start loving him.
Okay, so unironically, I've loved him for a long time too, and that's also
No, I get.
still pretty hip. But I
Yeah.
loved him like people are just like now seem to be finding out that like he's fucking insane. But I'm like,
Which-
how did we not know this? Like it took like Mandy for everybody to be like, oh my god, he's such a quirky actor.
No, like,
like-
seriously, like for years before, I was just always so angry because everyone's like, dude, Con Air. And I'm like, fuck that movie.
Oh, dude, they're just it's like he's either like beyond self-aware or like so
Yeah.
not self-aware. It's amazing.
And again, like I find it annoying and it's like grating, like to watch. Like it just sucks and I hate it. But no, and again, like I was always like people are like, you don't like, and I'm like, no, dude, I no, like that's one thing I will not budge on. And then I got shown Adaptation, which is only like 3 or 4 years ago, and I like that movie a lot because it's a really good movie.
There you go, Kevin.
Did they not see Face Off?
I just watched
First
his
of
new
all,
movie,
my pronoun is
Jujitsu.
he, him.
It was
And
the
wait,
shit.
what's Nazi face off?
Oh, Ty
yeah,
was
my-
like,
my-
did they not see Face Off? And I said,
my pronoun
he,
is-
him.
my pronoun is he, him, but it's like dude or that really gay band that Bam Margera was really into.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
so
got to
I-
have that symbol in it.
Yeah, I
the heart
identify
symbol.
as that man or a heartogram.
And I remember I saw Face Off in the fucking
CKY2K,
theaters, and
CKY.
I didn't give a shit about that movie. Fuck that movie. The same time when I was a kid, I remember I don't even remember what was out at the time, but I wanted to go see something else. And then my parents were like, nah, we're going to take you to go see Good Will Hunting. And I was like, fucking hate this movie.
Oh,
But that
you
movie's
didn't
dope.
like them apples.
No, because I was a little kid. I didn't give a shit about that movie. But now when I watch it, I'm like, it's great. And I think Spencer can attest to how much I like that movie because I will go on rants about how I am clearly Matt Damon and how my dad came into the room at night and
Oh my god.
burned me with a cigarette.
Good night, Blast Beat. Thanks for hanging out with us, dude. He said, I'll be online this week promoting Easy Motherfucking Ease Thanksgiving Spectacular, sponsored by Blast Beat Industries. Black Friday Throwdown in 3 days.
Is it like a
All
All
fight?
right, we'll
that
check
we only
your
do it in?
feed on Friday and help you retweet stuff, buddy.
CKY or him. Yeah, I gotta try and stay on top of that. I think we're gonna do something for Black Friday as well. I think Nick Welch was in here earlier tonight saying he might be able to pop in for something like that too. So
The colorist?
yeah, we'll get the colorist Cade on here because
Shit.
he's a drawing boy as well. So
Yeah, I've never talked to him too, so I'd love to.
yeah, I
make
have.
fun of
Oh,
him.
you're gonna hate it. You're
I
gonna
have
hate it.
barely been able to talk to him. I think I talked to him like once on stream on one of Pete's streams briefly, but other than that, it's always just been through DMs. But
Gotcha.
Nick's
He's the worst.
kick-ass.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
Ryan
take
hates him.
Ryan's word for this.
Oh yeah, and I'm not gonna give any evidence. Just Nick's the worst. That's all I'm gonna say. Nick's the
Yeah,
worst.
and again, I'm gonna take your word. On this
Yeah.
one.
Thank you, Kevin. I love that about you. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really one-sided, and also I don't like to do research.
Yeah, see, that's similar to me. Like, if somebody tells me something or I see it on YouTube, I'm like, that I have to die for that idea. That's what I have to die for now.
Oh my god, that bit. Good
Hey,
one.
you know what I'm dying for though? More recently, good Ty Ranger saying Goodwill Hunting 2 hunting season. I love it. I'm I'm joking. No, I made homemade tortillas for the first time the other day.
Yeah, that looked delicious.
That's so good.
Dude,
like
everything-
I send Ryan pictures of the food I make to tease him, and I feel like you just do the same thing to me, and it's just karma getting me back.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I like.
Oh shit! What's up,
homemade
Jason?
Everything I could.
Welcome. Maybe that's what I'll do Friday. Maybe Black Friday I'll do like a big open stream. Get dudes like Jason and stuff on if any of those guys want to pop in. I don't know if anybody like is shopping a thing now. Are people fucking going out for
I'm pretty
Black
sure
Friday?
like Amazon, because like everyone is like, fuck Amazon. Amazon did like a whole month-long Black Friday.
Amazon's like, we're Slamazon now. Get whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're not doing like a Black Lives Matter Friday.
No,
Like,
I'm
mashing
pretty
it up.
sure that every Friday has been a Black Friday, and then they have sales every single day. Because they're like, fuck, dude, we fucked up.
Yeah, and they're just completely bombarding all delivery services right now with it. I have a bunch of packages that were supposed to come in already, and I got a bunch of notices that are like, just letting you know, because of COVID and the holiday season, everything is going to be backed up from here on out.
I got a bunch of cool stickers more recently, and one of them says "Lick stamps, not boots," and it's got a weird guy licking a bunch of stamps like a maniac.
I don't typically ask for normal characters and sketches. Ask Ryan, haha. It just made me think fucking Rick from Splatterhouse. Yeah, I mean, I got that one I already did. I can do you a new one. Whatever you want, dude.
I'll draw Rick from Splatterhouse right now instead of
The
painting
funniest thing, too,
Oh.
was I did that one yesterday and threw it in the top loader. You know why all that shit was popping up yesterday, you guys? My dumbass? I was like, I don't know. Hang on. I'll share you. Hell yeah.
color studies that I've been doing though. I'm
Yeah, those are
learning.
rad.
But yeah.
The Splatterhouse anniversary was yesterday. That's why it was
Oh,
popping
shit,
up
was
all
it?
over Twitter. Yeah, and I was like,
Oh.
the night before, Kevin, it's like we have this weird fucking like precog where the night before
Dude.
something big is going to happen, one of us brings some shit up, and then the next day it's like, oh, it's the anniversary, or this guy fucking died. Like, yeah, like it's so weird. But
I
we
drew
were
that. Oh, sorry.
we were talking about Splatterhouse the night before last, and then fucking all yesterday it just kept popping up on my fucking Twitter feed. I was like, what the fuck? And then I
Yeah.
got on stream. I was like, so Splatterhouse just keeps coming up today. So I take that as like a sign. I'm going to do a Splatterhouse sketch card.
Yeah.
And did that, and then got on today and found out that it was the fucking anniversary of it. I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense as to why it was popping up everywhere. I mean, this one was really messy. I was pretty drunk. But
Yeah. But no, I definitely, yeah, I'm talking about that. That Storm sketch, though, I did, like, when I was talking to you guys, and he was like, after.
that's the one I did last night.
Yeah, it turned out great.
But yeah, I can do you a new one where I'm, like not fucked up like I said I would do with all the other ones, Mitch.
Oh, sorry, I meant to be
Unhinged.
muted when I was coughing there.
Oh, you're all good. When I did retail the first year I worked, they started opening Thanksgiving Day. They were open that day before. Fucking yeah, it's just expanded like more and more every year.
I think it was like last year, like 2 years ago, is when I was still like working at like Target, and like straight up, it was like. So I used to drive where I worked was like 15 minutes away from like where I lived. So I would drive this like back road, and you normally don't really see that many people, but you'd see like the occasional car go by. But it was like fucking dead, and it was Black Friday, so it was the day after Thanksgiving, and it was like weird because then I like to listen to scores. So I was listening to the Blade Runner 2049 soundtrack. And driving, it was like so eerie, and it was just like fucking like everything was quiet, like nothing was moving. And then when I got to Target, there was just a line like from one side of the building to the other side of the building, and I was like, "Fuck, I hate this already." And then like as I was walking up, like people were like, "Oh, like do you know what time you're?" And I'm like, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm just going to like ignore you and just walk in because like I don't know what's going on. But yeah, then there was like a flood of people, and people were like getting angry at each other, and I'm like, "Why? What are you trying to do? This is horrible." But yeah.
Yes, Mitch. We got tons of those. So yeah, all the sketch cards are on those now. That's why I said it on the stream. I should probably do an update on the campaign at some point too. But if people who back the prospect tier on the City of Rot campaign instead of the 5x7 piece, you can just get 2 sketch cards if you want, and I'll do whatever you want. So you can swap it out. It'll make it a little more confusing for me, but I don't care. I'll do whatever people want. But yeah, they are on those. It's actually, I'm going to start trying to do those like at least like one a stream and just doing random ones that I'll put up on the website for sale or something. Who knows? But yeah, I got top loaders and stuff for them. We will do whatever you guys want, Mitch. Why was the other guy holding his hands menacingly? I was cracking my knuckles. The backs of those cards look really cool. Oh, thanks. I did the little design on that.
Yeah, those turned out great, man.
I gotta send them all to you guys soon. I'm just waiting on like the shirts to come in, finish printing those, so I can just ship it all to you guys at once.
Yeah, no biggie.
I've got Kevin like a fucking crate of shit to send to him.
I feel bad because I'm like, shipping costs and that's gonna be shitty.
Oh, dude, that's what I do for a day job. Like the business account with the family is excellent, so I'm not worried about that at all.
Yeah, I feel you.
It'll be great.
But yeah, I was gonna say the storm one that I did. I don't know if you remember when I drew that, but I recolored it because I colored it originally, and I don't know if I sent that to you, but basically redid it because I hated the colors on it.
Yeah.
And again, I'm still like learning stuff, so I'm like, yeah, this is so fun. But
making big strides though. Yeah, it's fucking. And before, like I said, it was more so just like a color choice thing. Like you were definitely honing in on it.
Well, I think like
just
once
comes with time.
Again, I think that was when we talked about that. Like I was like, oh yeah, there's like palettes, and you're like, yeah, you fucking idiot. Like you didn't realize that, and I was like, I don't know, like because I genuinely had no concept of that, and now that I do, I'm like, oh yeah, it's like you keep everything kind of within this circle, and no, it's really fun. I'm having a good time actually learning this stuff, and Procreate makes it like. Using a digital program makes it so much easier because it's like, yeah, I'm not wasting material like painting, trying to figure this stuff out. So I don't know.
You are the fucking man, Mitch. Thank you so much. I will look into that tonight too. That'll all go in with the second shirt order, and yeah, kick ass. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to cut you off, Kevin.
No, you're good. You're good.
I think Ryan said he had to duck away too, but his mic was like cutting out like crazy.
Yeah, no big deal.
I was
But
cooking
also, what are you cooking, Ryan?
some Trader Joe's Bambino pizzas.
Oh shit! All that pizza talk. We got to him. Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna get that. Actually, I think I ordered it today. I'm just having like serious brain fog, but get that gouache set up from Arteza.
I'm gonna be coloring in a little bit if we're still on.
Thing.
What?
You just cut out. You popped out and popped back in. And now you're missing your avatar.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna order that Arteza gouache set. If I didn't already, I think I did actually. And the sketchbooks. Try those out with the 24-hour comic challenge we're gonna do. Take it easy, Ty.
Fucking down for that.
Take it easy. Yeah, dude. I'm definitely doing it. You said you're down. Jeff seems somewhat mortified, but he's down.
I found my concept though.
And I think Ryan's gonna do it with us. Oh, you will definitely have to share with us. Because we've pretty much like been talking about it. And I think we've established the rules where you can do like all your character concept and design stuff. And if you want, you can do that now while we're waiting around. It's just page work needs to be done on stream live.
Gotcha.
So you can get your writing, you can figure out what you're going to do for your story and everything. But the pages, the lettering, all that, we need to basically be doing live. If you're going to be doing lettering, you have to think about that. Like, are you going to do it physically on the page? Are you going to do it digitally? And you need to account for all of that. But everything other than the actual final art on the pages, you don't need to worry about. But I was like, yeah, I'm going to do mine all originals. I don't know if you were in chat for that, but I'm getting those. Here, I can share them real quick. Arteza does these cool watercolor sketchbooks that are they're like linen bound and they're 64 pages. So I was like, oh, cool. I can get a couple of these and do like all my character concepts and stuff in them while I'm figuring everything out leading up to the first stream. And then I can also do like the actual pages in it. Because these are 8.5 by 11, so they're like half the size of a full-size board.
Yeah.
So it's like, cool, I do them half the size. I'm not wasting tons of time on a full board. Like, if you have to ink all that and everything, you still got all that coverage to get through, even if you're the fastest fucking inker in the world.
Yeah.
This is like, do something at half the size, but I can do the full pages in here, and then I have the whole fucking comic bound in this one thing.
Go to your credit card info on Amazon, please.
Yeah. I'm purposely not logged in for that. Yeah, dude. These right now, you get 2 for $26. And then this is the other thing I'm looking at is their gouache set, because I've tried their acrylics and they're not like great, but they're not terrible. They're sort of just like for the price. They're not bad. They're just like an entry level art set, but it's like above like Reeves.
$30,
like,
dude. That's
what I was gonna say. Is this is one of their Black Friday deals? Is the gouache set right now, instead of it being $50, is it's $30 with free shipping?
Fuck. I might pick that up just to fuck around.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, if you got it too, it'd be cool for like 2 of us are fucking. It'll be real easy to fucking try and solicit them for a sponsorship at that point too, if we end up liking it and we both do our comics with it.
Yeah.
I could just send you some sketchbooks too when the order comes in, because I ordered a couple of them.
Yeah, I used to get the like I have moleskins that are that size, and I think I have like some other stuff that's around that size.
Yeah. I just like those ones are linen bound though, and they're on it's watercolor paper, so it's like a thicker paper that's for like mixed media. Like It's not
there's
like I love moleskins too. I mostly write in moleskins, but
yeah.
you can't really be like painting in them and shit.
No, those are like I definitely no, the one that I have right now going is like fucking wild.
Those
but-
look like chocolates. Buying for Spencer for Valentine's Day. Yeah, we had, I think it was Metatron's Cube that was in here that said he wanted to send me a set of the stuff that Studio Ghibli uses.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
He was like, whenever you guys get a PO box, I'm going to send you some of that. And I was like, that'll be really weird. But if he does that, I told him, I was like, I'll paint you some sort of original and send it back to you. Like, if anybody is ever sending us a gift like that, fucking, we got to give them something for it. But
Yeah, why not?
yeah, I'm enjoying the shit out of all this. And that's what I was like, I think it'll be really cool. It'll push me to the limit on what I'm capable of. But I was like, it'll be cool to just like paint like some landscape stuff. I told Ryan this first one I kind of want to mess with like scope and like scale, like really push size and stuff like that, not worry about so many close-ups. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking just like some sort of dude fighting a giant monster. Oh, look, Metatron hiding away. I still will. Yeah, dude, I'd have to paint you some sort of original with that if we do that, but I appreciate it. I'll send you some used socks. We're getting into the used underwear game, boys. Yeah, but I thought that'd be cool. Just like, okay, cool. I do like really loose pencils like I've been doing with the sketch cards and stuff. Figure out all my layouts and everything, do my loose pencils, and then I just get to like have fun painting shit for a while. And once that's all dry, I can go back in like the final session and like ink pages and add details and stuff.
Totally.
Which will be really fun. Like, I'm not trying to do something like hyper detailed. That's what I was trying to explain to Jeff and Ryan too, was like, the point is to do something fun and loose and sort of like shake off the shackles of like what you know comics to be. Like, you're not trying to do what you would do in a month in 24 hours. You're trying to do what you would do in 24 hours.
Well, I think a lot of it though too is like, I mean, it's hard, but I think when I do like little like kind of
I still have a couple more spots for people too, but like a lot of people are like, I'm way too fucking busy for that, or like afraid to do it when I mention it to them.
Well, I think a lot of it though is like it's trying something that you've never really done, and I think that's one of like my favorite things. Is like the other day, I have one of my favorite, I guess I'd say bands, because they've only made like a couple albums, but there's a song that I like by Winter Sun called Star Child, and I'm like, I want to make a fucking comic based off of that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't know what it would be about, what it would look like, or anything. So the other day I was just like, well, okay, so if I just like really quickly had to like come up with it. So like I did like a logo, and then I was like, that looks cool. But then I started drawing the character, and I was like, oh, this fucking sucks. I hate this. But trying a style that you've never tried before, or trying something that is like I feel like the way that I do stuff is really a little bit more expressive. And then I was trying to.
Well, Ryan said it earlier, like experimental comics, which I was like, I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but that's like exactly what it is. Yeah. It's just experimenting in all different ways. But it's like, that sounds like really stupid and pretentious to me. But I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm like essentially trying to do.
Yeah, but no, I don't think it sounds pretentious, because it's like it's you figuring out. Fuck yeah, Mitch.
Hell yeah. Dude,
rock.
Mitch has fucking impeccable taste in music. I don't think you really listen to a lot of hardcore or anything, but there's an album like that for the longest time I wanted to do something with. I was like, I want to do a painting or something with this, but The Devil Wears Prada, they were like a pretty like straightforward like post-hardcore band for a really long time. Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
A little bit of Rick for you.
I like, you kind of did what I did too, where it's sort of like the new school mask with the old school outfit.
Oh yeah. I like him just wearing a regular shirt.
Yeah. But Devil Wears Prada did a couple concept EPs, and one of them is a space album. It's just really weird and really cool, and I always wanted to do something with that. But
yeah, Jeff was the one that he always liked a lot more of that stuff. Like he liked like Black Dahlia and there's a lot of like bands that I was
we almost opened for those guys back in the day.
Oh really?
Yeah, they ended up they dropped the date, but like we were on the bill to open with them, and both of our guitarists were fucking huge fans of them, so we were like super stoked for it.
Yeah. I again, it's not that I have anything against that, or it just wasn't like the style that I was.
Really into. I totally get that.
Mostly because I am a fucking
Is Ryan
idiot.
Muted? Is he gone?
I think he was muted. It looked like his mic was muted, but for the most part, I'm like, dude, it's got to be like super satanic, or it's got to be like really melodic. And like my brother always described it, he's like, yeah, my brother likes he likes metal, but it's like about like dragons. So I was like,
you like that? I call it like theatrical metal all the time.
It's like fantasy metal, yeah. There's a lot of that.
Do you shred to Dragon Force all the time?
No, I fucking hate Dragon Force. Fuck them. But no, for the most part, it's like, I don't know. I think where I came from as far as like punk, and then it went to thrash, and I was like, I fucking love this. And I was like, what is the weirdest other thing that I can find? So it was kind of like a split between really satanic metal and really, yeah, D&D metal is a good way.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, Mitch, fucking 3 Inches of Blood, hell yeah!
Oh my god, dude.
I've talked to Spencer about 3 Inches of Blood. That was the one band that I was like, I don't think Spencer's heard this. And then when he said he had, I was like,
oh hell yeah, dude!
Very happy.
Deadly Sinners.
Yeah. Dude, we used to blast Crazy Nights. Me and Jeff.
I was gonna say, there's another single of theirs that I like absolutely used to fucking love.
That whole album is really, really good.
I saw them live. I don't know if it was the free Ozfest. You know, the one where like if you bought Ozzy's album that year, you got like 2 tickets to Ozfest. I think it was. It was like 2 or 4 tickets. It basically had a code in the album. You know what I'm talking about?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. It had to be like right after I graduated high school. Probably like 2009, 2010, something like that. Yeah, if you bought the album he had released that year, it was, I can't remember if it was 2 or 4 tickets. I think it was just 2. But you got 2 tickets to Ozfest, and you got like a code. You went online, you redeemed it, and you picked like the location that you wanted the tickets for. And a buddy of mine just went and bought like 20 copies of the album and redeemed all the fucking tickets. And like a bunch of us went to that. I went to a couple different years. Like a couple years I paid for it and everything. We saw Static X like the year before Wayne Static fucking died. A guilty pleasure of him. I'm like, how far back is Hoodoo right now? Did we mention him again? Did somebody else mention him? Oh, him was mentioned again. Okay, I was like, because we mentioned him like an hour ago in the stream, and I was like, oh god, is he behind? Yeah, I was gonna say that was what I was trying to get to was right here. 3 Inches of Blood was a band that never disappointed me. Shame they broke up. So yeah, live they were fucking awesome. It was just like shitloads of fun. That was the same thing. Black Dahlia was another band where it was just like you could tell these dudes just absolutely love what they were doing and were out to just like have a fucking good time and play the heaviest music they could possibly think of. Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other shit. So Jeff would probably know a bunch of the bands that we've played with, Kevin. I didn't know he was more of the hardcore dude.
Oh yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, like I mentioned it on here before, we opened for the Acacia Strain, Vanna, some other ones, Ice Nine Kills a bunch of times, which somebody mentioned in a stream the other night. All sorts of crazy bands. All right, now Ryan looks like he's back, but he's still muted.
I don't think he knows he's muted.
Yeah,
And
I
then,
don't
like,
know
text him or something.
what he's doing.
Ryan, you're muted.
I was
Okay.
eating,
Oh, okay.
and now I'm getting ready to do some work, and I'm going deep sea diving one last time before I start working here.
Black Dahlia just released a D&D campaign with their latest album. That's fucking cool as shit. Especially if that came out like during all the COVID stuff. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
My brother was always a huge fan of them too. Like when we got on that bill, he was like, "Fuck you! I guess you finally tricked me into going to one of your shows." That was hilarious. It's like we could not get him. He's like, "I just don't like hardcore, dude." It's like, guess what? We're fucking opening for one of your favorite bands, you bitch. It's at the venue, like as close to our house as it could get. Same thing. We were supposed to play a show with Every Time I Die and Code Orange Kids, which I think just now go by Code Orange. And then our fucking stupid heroined out drummer got kidnapped and sent off to a Jesus retreat, so we had to drop out of it because we didn't have a drummer. I was really bummed about that because I'm a huge fucking Every Time I Die fan. Big drunk idiot.
Well, that sucks about the whole Jesus camp thing.
Oh, yeah, he straight up got kidnapped in the middle of the night. Like, we were supposed to meet up, like, the next day, and, like, we were pretty sure he was doing heroin, but he was, like, keeping it a secret from all of us. And then we're supposed to have, like, practice the following day, and we practice at his place, and we show up, and his dad's like, "Yeah, so I gotta tell you guys."
Yeah. My son got kidnapped in the night.
Yeah, well, his mom set it up, and he was still, he just like turned like 21 at the time, but he was still living with his fucking mom, and she basically gave him the ultimatum, and he argued with her, and then she set up something with this place up in Boston, and it was like 4 dudes came down in the middle of the night,
Bunch of
loaded
tough
him up.
guys,
Yeah, loaded him up in a van and drove him back to like a Jesus clinic because his family's super religious.
That's shitty, but
so yeah, I mean, it got him clean.
yeah, that's good.
Fucking whatever works. He's alive today. Like I lost like fucking 25 friends over the course of like 3 years, and I just got to the point where I was like, all right, I'm probably gonna be burying this motherfucker too, but fucking Midnight Jesus Camp saved him, so fuck it. Whatever works.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's good.
Non-Point with their In the Air cover, met them when they were first trying it live. I remember when they were first like really coming up, my aunt interviewed them for WCCC. Another one I've talked about a bunch. Because she's driven around a bunch of those like butt rock bands and interviewed all of them. Like when we were talking about Seether and all that, I was like, oh my god, dude. She used to call us and be like, you guys want tickets to this? And we'd be like, thanks, but no.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I can't tell you the amount of times I've turned down tickets to a Godsmack concert. The back 2 of my trading cards have D&D stats on the back of them. LOL, I'm old school D&D. I haven't played in decades. Yeah, we had talked for a while about doing something with the Ransomverse. Like we've had questions about like a battling card game and all sorts of weird shit. Not to cut anyone off, so whenever, Kevin, did you work on Grit? Yeah, Kevin is the main artist on Grit.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
I was like going into like YouTube to like.
I feel like I am
Basically,
alone
yeah.
with Smile Empty Soul sometimes. Their Vultures album was great. Nothing popular, but was good. They were like super popular around here. Wasn't really my thing. But yeah, they were like huge around here. Open for them. Hell yeah. There was like that's what our other drummer ended up going off and doing, because there's not money in playing hardcore music and shit like that. It's a good time and I love the scene, but that more like contemporary hard rock stuff that can actually like get played on the radio back then, that shit was cleaning up back then. So our drummer went off and was basically like our original drummer went off and was essentially a studio drummer, and at like 17 years old was fucking making stupid money playing with some huge bands. Like we talked about it the other night. He's played with Shadows Fall, All That Remains. That's how that All That Remains shit came up. With the guy that I'm gonna figure out his murder. Mitch said, "Fuck yeah, dude! I just started reading it a few weeks ago. Dig it. Hell yeah, Brian Wickman and Kevin Castanero and Simon Go.
It's Goff.
Goff. Sorry, I thought the second GH was silent like a fucking cool guy. But that makes more sense. I'm sorry, Simon, wherever you are. I'm sure you're a huge fan of this show, and it's what you look for every day.
Oh, dude, it looks like you just lost the sub.
Yeah, right? Oh, no.
No, it's great because I've like talked to him a couple times, and I think one of the times that I was like, "Hey, do you want to like send me stuff just to like mess around with in color?" And he's like, "Yeah, for sure." And then I hit him up about coloring something, and then apparently he responded, but he responded to the wrong Kevin. And it made me laugh because he's like, "Yeah, I know like two," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I just assume everyone only knows one Kevin, and that's me." But no, for the most part, he was like, "I don't know who this is," but he sent it to the wrong fucking person. And then he sent me the email, and he was like, "Hey, so this is really embarrassing." But I was like, "Oh no, for sure. Like, sorry. Like, I just never signed my last name. Like, mostly because I have a really dumb email. So I'm assuming everyone is like, oh yeah, that's that idiot that draws that stuff." But
yeah, Kevin, you gotta be professional.
I genuinely thought about like making an actual like email for that, but I'm like, that's
yeah, right. And also just like the fucking dog and pony shit is like the thing I hate about comics. Like the why can't we just be the weird people we are and make the cool shit we want to make?
I mean, like my email address is one that I came up with when I was like 17, so I'm like, yeah, maybe I should change it. But I'm like, but all my stuff gets sent to that.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
You can, well, I mean, you can come up.
I don't want solutions, like, Ryan.
That's what I mean, though. The fake formalities are fucking nonsense.
What were you gonna say, though, Ryan?
Well, I'm not talking about fake formalities. I'm just saying if he wanted something that was just Kevin Castanero or whatever, he could pick whatever he wants, man, and have it just go to that same email he uses.
Fucking Project Mayhem. Somebody punch me in the face already.
But yeah, no,
it's not a suit tie. I'm not putting a tie on the kid.
What is your go-to music when pencils, ink, and color? For me lately, I've just been listening to a bunch of Institute 91 shit while I work. Just because it's at hand. It's been really easy. But we got the record player all set up now, too, so I can put all sorts of wacky shit on whenever I want.
Oh, dude.
Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here. Just trip dick and draw all day.
Oh, I was going to say, you talking Marty Robbins? Big Iron?
Oh my god. Big iron on his hip.
You a Fallout boy?
You a Fallout boy. Oh my god. Holy shit, it's Adam D from Fallout Boy.
Ryan, what is your music that you like to listen to when you make art?
People are always weirded out that I don't listen to that much music.
Oh my god, yeah, you're one of those people.
They call them serial killers.
Yeah, exactly. How many cats have you hurt in your life?
Not a one.
Okay. Dogs?
Every single one I've been. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god!
You don't listen to
fucking dogs.
You know I'm drunk when someone hit me up and told me they can stream pretty much every day next week if I want to have them on, and my drunk ass said, "Yeah, we're streaming pretty every day now." Meant to say pretty much every day now. This is why people think I'm weird and nobody comes on this show, guys. So I'm really fucking sorry. I'm trying here, but everything's misfiring at all times.
So Ryan, you don't listen to a lot of music, like at all, or
No, I
Yeah.
do, but I don't have like go-to stuff. But
He
lately,
kidnaps
I have been
birds.
listening to a lot of Institute just because I bought their whole discography recently, and I love it, and it's just it's kind of just good vibe. You just put it on, and whatever I'm working on, it just works well
I
with it.
love that nobody knows how to address him because like I'm the only one that knows his real name.
Pretty
The
sure I do
Institute,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, like Rob still says he's a whole band of people, and it
Oh,
makes
no.
me giggle every time. Like every draw stream, he's been like, "Yeah, and the band Institute 91." And I'm just like, "Fuck, dude! I don't know why this makes you laugh. I refuse to correct him."
No, he's super rad. Like, I was like shocked when he was like, he asked me about music, and I was like, I don't know anything. Like, don't ask me. I think it was just like one of the tracks that I put on one of the YouTube videos that I did. But no, I was just like, dude, yes, please tell me more about music and I want to learn from you. He's a really interesting dude to talk to, and I again love his music. I really have to pee, so I'll be right back.
Do your thing.
I was gonna give you two
hurts.
bands if you really want before you go, but never mind.
Okay, go.
My two long time that I like to work over would be Mr. Bungle's California. I could listen to that over and over again, and then anything Daft Punk.
Oh, Daft Punk's great. I love electronic stuff.
Now you have to stream every day. I mean, we've been taking like a day off here and there, but we pretty much are streaming every day now. Yeah, there's the Dreadworm piece that me and Kevin did for them. For Vosto and Institute 91.
Yeah, he hooked me up because I kind of double bought some stuff because I bought a few individual things and then I bought the collection.
Yeah,
which I was like, whatever, I'll just pay extra. And then he was like, no, here's some free stuff too. I'm like, oh,
he hit me up. He hit me up about that, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know if Ryan was like confused by Bandcamp or whatever, but he like kind of like double dipped and bought some extra stuff." He's like, "I'm releasing the new album and some other stuff soon. So you think I should like send it to him?" I was like, "It's up to you, dude." And like, I'm sure he wouldn't mind. He was like, "He's just happy to support you," and he's like, "All right, thanks, dude." He's like, "You are too fucking polite, man."
Yeah, he wrote it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I did do that." Like, it hadn't even been a thought to me, but I super appreciate the extra music.
He's a rad dude. Whoa,
dude, they are seriously like the perfect band. And I always think the perfect bands are the bands that like somehow I've met them through real life. They're not famous. They're not pretentious a-holes. Like my other favorite band of my friend's Viwatt from Japan, and they're just an electronic punk band. And they're not famous or anything, but they fucking rock, and they're super cool people.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I feel like I go through weird phases, but more recently, pretty much like I got my wife more into them. But Fantagram, I don't know if you've heard them.
What are you
making shit up constantly?
No, it's like poppy. It's definitely more poppy, but it's electronic and.
There's Institute's link in the chat there, guys, if you want to check them out.
Yeah, check out
Institute. You can listen to all that stuff for free on his Bandcamp and buy it for like real cheap. Tons of stuff.
That's that album, the one that you're on right there, is the one that I would listen to when I would skate to work because it was good skateboarding music.
Hell yeah. There's a couple. This is the one that has a couple songs. He basically gave us free reign to pick and choose whatever we want for the City of Rot stuff, and then he did 3 new original songs that are essentially only available on the City of Rot album. So all that'll be getting actually compiled. I guess I could send that out anytime now. The thing's fucking funded now, but I was just gonna wait until we were like essentially sending out the print order and closing down the in-demand stuff. But yeah. he basically gave us free reign. So if we hit any more stretch goals or anything like that, you'll get some sweet little extras. And I think he said he'd be up for doing one more new exclusive original. But yeah, it's very, very Carpenter-esque synthwave stuff. He's actually, if we end up doing the short film thing, he's going to be doing some soundtrack stuff for us. And then I found out my girlfriend fucking spent a bunch of time in college studying Foley work, which is like what we've been trying to figure out for the short film.
Dude,
And
hell
then,
yeah.
Yeah, the other day she was like, oh, I spent like 2 semesters doing that. And I was like, why the fuck didn't you say something to me? Like,
She was like, I don't want to be part of this.
yeah. It's like, God damn you, woman.
She's just
No,
finally like, oh, I guess I should tell him.
It's like my wife Gabby, like 2 of her friends, they started supporting me on like Patreon, and I was like, oh yeah, it's like your friend, and she was like, oh yeah, like they're really big horror fans, and I was like, what?
I thought you were gonna say something completely different.
Oh no.
Yeah, I
But they
was
were
like,
like-
whoa, what's
they were
going
like,
on
really-
your Patreon?
They're really big horror fans, and then they're like,
That's
yeah,
the
like
only fans they follow.
they picked up like Grit and everything, and I was like, I could have like tried to get some free stuff to like send to them or like anything, and she's like, no, they don't care, and I was like, what? I was just very confused by everything, but I was like, why didn't you tell me that like they actually like comics and they like horror movies, and like
Why didn't you tell
we
me you
could have
have
been
cool
friends,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are all these lame people you keep introducing me
Yeah.
to?
Oh, dude, it's terrible.
I say that to Beth all the time. I'm like, where are your cool friends? It's been 10 years. Why am I not allowed to meet them? Why do you always go visit them? Is it because I ask too many questions?
Is it because I ask questions in this voice?
Hell yeah, Hoodoo. We make jokes a bunch, but Institute is a one-man band. He's a rad dude, but he likes to keep the mystery of what his real name is. I think I'm genuinely the only one here that knows his real name. I think Jeff knows it too, but obviously he's not here.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah. Music is great though, and I mean he's making new stuff constantly. Like I get to hear all these scratch tracks and shit. We surprised Rob with a sweet track for Wirehead, just because we were working on some other stuff for Camp Rainbow, and I don't have that one queued on StreamYard yet, the actual audio file or the video file for it, but I can share it on Dropbox right now if you guys want to see that. It's the same audio track on the opening countdown to our live show here, but this is the like full extended version. And basically early on I had done a little quick paint over. I was like messing around with ideas for Camp Rainbow, and I was like did a little paint over of a picture my girlfriend took of me
Ooh.
in the whole buddy outfit, because we were like, we're gonna eventually do a little short film with this. I think now it's just gonna be like a trailer for the inevitable Indiegogo, but girlfriend took a photo of me in the helmet and everything that I made and the jacket, and then I went in and painted over it in Procreate and animated it real quick, threw the little title card on it, and added the theme song that Institute made for us. That'll be
awesome.
included in the inevitable Camp Rainbow soundtrack, which is going to have a full fucking soundtrack.
Which is so cool. Love that.
Yeah, I only have 2 songs for Hammerella. I don't have a soundtrack.
Is it you just shredding on the guitar?
For one of them,
Do you actually play guitar?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love you so much more.
dude, you guys should pull up my band on YouTube.
What?
The Taint.
I
I think Kevin would like my band.
don't know.
Everyone
I'm
else
pretty
would.
picky. No, but I like it just
We're pretty rad.
as a kid, like I basically played, and my grandpa was super into it because he was like a mariachi. So he was like, "You gotta learn guitar." Um, I've since fallen off the wagon. Oh, Spencer's just gone. Um,
Boop.
but basically, I was like, okay, so I need to like start picking it up again, and then I have. So I only have like my electric, but I'm learning. I can assume you've seen Desperado.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song that he teaches the kid? And he's like, practice this every day, all day.
It's the song my dad taught me when I was a kid. on
It's
guitar.
Alacran y Pistolero.
That's the one.
Yeah. So I'm learning that right now. But yeah, like I just missed playing guitar and I cut my finger like an idiot when I was drunk. I was like, and just
Oh,
horribly cut it. So I was like, oh yeah. So for a while, that's why I stopped playing. But I'm like, gotta fight through that. So I'm learning to play again, and I like so miss that. It's so much fun. It's such a I don't know. It's such a neat thing. Like I'm always very very stoked when I meet someone who like plays guitar because I'm like, fuck man, I wish I kept up with it, but shit happens. But
my whole
um
thing was I was always the reluctant guitarist. I ended up playing guitar in our band because my buddy called bass first when we were in high school. And I was like, all right, I'll play guitar. Fine. I
yeah.
really wanted to be a bass player.
See, I think that's the thing though, is I think bass players always get shit, but at the same time, you look at a lot of the great bass players and you're like, it's pretty like I always just think of Cliff Burton. There's like that Metallica show where it's like the fucking something on the green or whatever, and he just does this insane like fucking solo, and it's just like, yeah, dude, that's a bass player right there. Or fucking Geddy Lee. There's so many good bass players that Spencer can't get back on. It's just our stream now. Okay, so what
Okay.
is our new
I
idea
wasn't
for the
missing
stream?
him. I wasn't
Yeah,
missing him.
exactly. We're just talking about bass
It's,
players and how cool it is to be a bass player. Well, so,
yeah.
so your buddy called being bass player first, so you had to be the guitarist.
Yeah.
So you were the Kirk Hammett.
I guess so. If
Damn,
only I
that
could
sucks.
solo like that. I was the Hammett that couldn't solo like
Yeah.
that. Which is a useless version of him. Or more use. I don't know. I'm being
And we can all talk about how much she sucks, and just how Metallica sucks in general. It's funny. I like pretty much will play. What's it? Kill 'Em All. Ride the Lightning was like the first metal album my brother ever like he like showed me, and he was like, listen to this, and I was like, so this is the only thing I ever need to listen to the rest for the rest of my life. Like this is just rad. It's fast. And Justice for All. I think that's as far as I go. Totally get it. I remember my brother getting other albums, and there was that cool. Was it like Fuel? Or was like give it fuel, give it fire, and it's like he's like James Hetfield's driving the car. It's like, oh, it's a muscle car. Guys that like rock and roll, like muscle car. That's when I was like, I'm so disconnected from this. This is so stupid.
Yeah, I've always been a
I
bitchy
think
little
everyone,
music snob.
I think
Like,
everyone that I talk, yeah. Well, see, okay.
and
So I
not
don't
in a
think
good way. Not like all the stuff I like is better, but just like, oh, if it's on the radio, I don't like it.
but I don't think that's being well, yeah. If it's on the radio, that's kind of being a snob. I was gonna
It's
say, I don't think
bigoted.
it's being a snob if if you can have your own opinions, of course.
No,
But
I'm bigoted as a listener, I guess.
did you listen to any like punk when you were younger?
Yeah.
Like what did you listen to?
The first things I was given were like Minor Threat, and a tape of the Misfits, and and an Op Ivy tape.
Okay.
And that was the stuff that I was like, all right, this stuff's awesome. And that led to like Bad Religion and some stuff like that, which Bad Religion was even one of those bands. For a while I was like, are they too popular for me to like? I don't know if I should like them anymore. They
See,
might be too popular.
all of those, I think when I was a kid, when those got told to me, I was like, too popular. Fuck that. But
Which is, I totally get, because that's at the time when they were coming to me in like 92, 93. It was like, nobody knows what this is. This
Yeah.
is awesome.
But I hate that aspect of it's got to be like what's like, popular, or like, you have to find something more underground than the other person. It's like, fuck that. Just like the shit that you like. And honestly, like, I don't think I listened to a lot of Op Ivy stuff, but like a lot of, I remember I was coming back from like a trip with my brother, and he showed me the Misfits for the first time. That was like, oh, I fucking love this because it's like about like really weird shit. It's about like death and like fucking raping babies. Like I fucking loved it. No, and I mean that was the thing is like, yeah, is this, and I think of my environment at the time, that town that we live in is pretty small, and I was like, yeah, I just want to like freak people out because I fucking hate where I live, like
Mm-hmm.
But no, at the same time, I think one of the ones that huge album for me, and I think I've bought that album like 3 or 4 times now because I've literally worn out the CD. Agent Orange,
Ah, yes.
dude, Living in Darkness, man.
Well, see, now you're, because I'm bad with my memory about a lot of things, especially with like music that I don't listen to right now. But once you start naming other bands I liked or listened to, I'm like, oh, TSOL. Oh, okay. And then like the
Dude,
Vandals
TSOL.
and like
Yeah. No,
now
go
stuff's
ahead.
popping back.
Yeah. I mean, even TSOL. What stuff did you like from them? Do you remember, or because I know
I don't see.
they've
I'm
gone on for many years and they've very much changed their style like multiple times, but
Yeah, I had 2, and I'm not. Well, I hit my camera. I'm not going to remember the names. I'm horrible, even with bands I like, or not like, but even with bands I'm currently listening to and stuff. I'm always like, I don't know the name of the
yeah,
album.
no
I
big deal.
just, that's not how I operate with them. And my friends always hate it because they're like, oh, so the Faith No More finally came out with a new album. I'm like, yeah, I've been listening to it all week. They're like, what's your favorite song? I'm like, I think it's the 7th one. And they're like, you don't know the name? I'm like, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not in it to like memorize names. I'm just listening to music, man. But mostly because I have a
TV.
really bad memory.
I'm Too Young to Die is a great fucking song. But
Oh,
yeah,
I'm not paying attention to the chat at all.
no, you're fine.
Okay.
Oh, look at there's me. But no, like TSOL, I remember the one album that I got, and I feel like I was around that age where like when CDs being like burnt was like a cool thing. You pass it around. But I remember I got Changed Today, and that was like the first TSO album that I heard, and that album was like fucking. It's still ingrained in my brain. That album, to me, is just like Agent Orange, Live in the Darkness. So it's one of those albums that's like, this is like punk to me. And I think that's kind of the cool thing though, is like, I mean, everybody has a different experience. So what it is to them is completely different. Excuse me. I still think too though, I mean, I heard like older Rancid stuff, but was like Indestructible was like one of their newer ones, like 2000s. And oh man, I ate that shit up as a teen.
Yeah, they started when I was in high school, and we had figured out with a couple bands that you could write them letters, and they sent you stuff back with a bunch of free stickers. And the Bosstones were awesome about that. Like, I wrote them a letter. I still have the reply letter from Dickie Barrett, Like I wrote him a letter.
Mighty Boss Tones?
Yeah.
What?
We were like sophomores in high school, maybe juniors. No, I think we were sophomores. We're still like maybe 16, maybe 17. I don't know. And we wrote like purposefully, like, because we had the same kind of sense of humor we have now. We were just high schoolers. So we were like,
Yeah.
oh, let's write the cheesiest, like super dorkiest kiss butt. Like no one would ever write this letter to Dickie Barrett. And I wrote it to him. And he sent back a letter that said, "Dear Ryan, your letter sucked. Here's a bunch of cool stickers." And I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, Dickie Barrett. And
We're
like
back.
he won me over for at least until 1996,
Well,
and then they kind of stopped working for me.
I think that was like the fun thing though about like, at least for me, like as a kid, like with a lot of like the punk stuff. Like I remember like our school would do and as far as I know, it was started by one of the guys that like was around my brother's age. My brother's 5 years older than I am, but it was called Hessian Day. And they're like, yeah, you just dress like a Hessian. And that was like the thing. Is like I was still in school when Drew was younger than my brother. But either way, I was still in school when Drew was still in school, and then he was like, yeah, like for Hessian Day, like you gotta dress up as Hessian. I was like, fuck yeah. They were in a band called Blood Dumpster. Drew went on to actually play in like bands like Dry Rot was another one that he was in. It was a punk band. But yeah, like I remember that was the whole thing. He's like, you gotta fucking like keep this whole like fucking tradition going on. And I would have not given a shit other than the fact that I remember one time we went to go pick up Drew, and we went to his house, and like where I live, it's like really conservative. Like it's, you know, pretty normal conservative shit. And we go into Drew's house, and his mom's like, "Oh, how you boys doing? Like, do you guys want a drink or anything?" Like, "No, we're fine, ma'am." And then she's like, "Drew, your friends are here." And he's like, "All right." And he like walks out. And then basically, you know, he's like, "All right, Mom, I'll see you later." And she's like, "What time do you need to be back, Drew?" And he's like, "Hell o'clock." And I laughed so fucking hard. And then we got in the truck. We're sitting in my buddy's fucking little tiny truck where it's three of us on the front bench seat. And he fucking farts. And then he like picks up his knees and he's like, and this is pure just teenage joy, just loving this just insane person. But no, every year for Hessian Day, they would play. There was the specific local band that they would bring in to play music, and the end of it would be Danzig's Mother.
Yes.
And so by the time that I was a senior, like Hessian Day, like I remember like I dressed up. That was the whole thing, is like the Hessians would bring a flag and they would fucking bring like garbage can lids and just beat the fuck out of them. And like the jocks would get all shit faced and basically be upset at them. Like they probably weren't shit faced, but for the most part, like maybe there was a couple kids that were like, it's a small town, no one gave a shit. Everyone's going crazy. But I remember like my like senior year, it got to that point where I was like, dude, this is like the year, you know, participated, dressed up as a Hessian, fucking ran around. But they had a flag, and that was the whole thing, is like the jocks would try and steal the flag, and there was like fights and shit like that. And like literally the school was like, yeah, it's no one gets hurt, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my senior year when it happened, it was me and my good buddy Jeff. We found out that essentially like it was like Hessian Day, but it was like dying. And so no one really wanted to do it. So we did, you know, we dressed up as the fucking tightest pants we could find, like all this other shit and everything. And the band that they got was a local ska band. They, for the first time, did not hire the
Jesus.
band that played, you know, fucking Mitch. Fuck yeah, I listen to Sleep. Hell yeah. But anyways, so basically they didn't hire the normal band that would play fucking Danzig's Mother. And so they hired a ska band. It was like a local kid. I remember So we found out about that. We were like fucking pissed, and they never actually played Mother. So at the end of like their whole set, me and Jeff stormed the stage, and basically we're just like, "Fucking Drew, we fucking hate this shit," and basically just got really upset. And then, yeah, we're just like we acapella Mother, which is probably like horribly embarrassing. If that was filmed like now, it would probably be so horrible, and I would hate that part of my life. But at the same time, I'm like, yeah, it was fucking whatever. And then like the next period, it was at lunch. We went to class and we got pulled out of those classes, and they were like, dude, you guys can't be like saying cuss words and stuff like that. And it's like, we didn't say any cuss words. We just sang Mother by Danzig. You can look up that song. There is no foul language in that song. So
But they're like, there's no internet, Kevin. Where are we going to... Or wait, when were you in high school? Was there internet? There was internet when you were in high school. Never mind.
He was in high school in the 40s.
Yeah, I was in high school in the 40s. But yeah, and it was really funny because I remember that kid, like, for a long time was, like, awkward towards me. And then it was like... And then he's like, we don't have any beef, do we? And I was like, no, you're a dumb white kid that fucking didn't sing Mother. Like, why would I care about anything that you... Like, no. Fuck you.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm a dumb white kid who didn't sing Mother.
He was a fucking honky. He was a honky motherfucker.
Honky. So I was trying to, before my router just decided to update itself, show the Camp Rainbow clip.
Yeah, I think someone was a little bit confused about Camp Rainbow.
Yeah?
Someone said Camp Rainbow with a question mark, though.
Oh, yeah, I think that was Mitch, right? Let me see. We'll go back in the chat. I was just waiting for you to finish your story. Yeah,
My
Mitch, Camp Rainbow. So, yeah, that's a book, actually. This is pretty much the entire creative team of Camp Rainbow right here. We're sort of all collectively writing it together as I bounce ideas off of Kevin and Ryan. And I'll be doing the final script and everything. Kevin's doing layouts. I'm penciling, and Ryan is inking. It's a slasher comic book, sort of what happens after the credits roll on a slasher movie. And this was sort of the first little thing I did. I did just for fun one night. So I made like an actual wearable, like life-size mask, and this is a picture of me in the mask. And the jacket, my girlfriend took the photo, then I painted over it in Procreate. I think I was saying that when I cut out before. Yeah. I animated it a little bit, the still image, and then I added the title card into it, and Institute did a theme song for it, which is also the song in our little countdown at the beginning of the streams, but this is the full version of the song. So I'll just play it. I think I shared audio. It's a little loud. Is it not moving?
No, it's like lagging really hard.
There we go.
Spencer, maybe I'm just dumb. And I was like, yeah, it's not moving at all.
Kevin doesn't know what moving is.
I don't understand what movement is.
I'm pretty drunk.
I can't read no more.
You're pretty all the time.
Thanks.
So good. Also,
I'm scared. I don't want to work on this now.
Stupid fun to see something that I drew, and Spencer just was like, "Yeah, check this out, I'm making it." And I'm like, "What?" Like at work, just like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like
Leave me alone, homeless guy. I'm trying to watch this.
Yeah,
I like showed that to people on stream one night, and they were just like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, you meant like you actually made that?" I was like, "Yeah. What else would I have meant?"
Spencer, can you do another YouTube video though, but show the homeless woman that I want to portray the homeless person to tell all my stories? Do my hand movements help?
Oh shit! What's up, Ara? What homeless woman?
Go just Side Talk New York, Side Talk NYC, Crystal. This is the woman that I want to. She's the one where she's like, yeah, and you got cursed by a bird. This is the woman that I want to tell all those stories. Unhinged, you have a wonderful night.
Sidewalk NYC.
Side Talk.
Side Talk NYC, Crystal. It's not coming up with anyone.
Oh.
Take it easy, Jason. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Yeah, Mitch, we'll be working on that over the next year or so. It's gonna be a slow ride because I'm penciling it, but it'll be cool when it's all done. Like, sort of cracked the code on the ash can last night, what I was all hung up on. Probably talk to Kevin about that after we get off this stream tonight.
I don't want to talk to you after this.
Yeah, right. That'll be the first thing we do. But yeah, take it easy, Jason. Ara showing up hella late. It's like 2:30 in the morning. He's ready to party, I guess. Good to see you, dude.
What's up, Ara?
Yeah, it's sort of like Final Girl all grown up and coming back to Kevin, can you send me the link in the private chat on the StreamYard?
I already sent it to you.
Hey, sent to you
also this new mic. I love this because I can go like this. Hey, fucking asshole! I fucking sent that.
What? Oh my gosh.
Okay. I was gonna say that was like the fourth video when I looked up Side Talk Crystal.
Oh yeah.
This is like maybe it's this lady.
It's my favorite thing in the world right now, and I've been quoting it way too much.
All right, I think I have the audio shared.
So Jerome, we've been looking for this queen. Have you seen her anywhere?
Of course I have. That's my buddy. Her name is Crystal.
You got 5 seconds.
5 seconds.
Still Jezebel's children.
Anyway, make a long story short, Crystal was smoking the K2. Crystal takes a couple of tokes. She leans back. She gives the joint to Beans. Beans takes a couple of tokes. That's the guy. Stop. This is the worst porno I've ever seen.
Would you classify Crystal as a queen?
I would classify as a queen of Penn Station, Midtown Manhattan.
We're gonna go find the queen of Penn Station. Shout out Crystal and shout out to Jerome.
This is Side Talk and I'm back, Jezebel. You better guard your grill. I don't know how you're going to feed these people when I start turning a whole lot of the food into dog shit. I'm too old to dance, son, but I will do this. Yay! Jezebel's kids are about to die. But Jezebel's kids belong in our ambulance right there, Lord. I don't know what you're waiting for. I keep stabbing Jezebel's kids. I keep making them eat shit. Yeah, like that.
Give him a good stab.
Like that.
Oh my god.
She just constantly talks about Jezebel, and I'm like, who's Jezebel?
I'm gonna be stabbing Jezebel's kids.
Yeah. You got 5 seconds. 5 seconds to kill Jezebel's kids.
Yeah, it's like a game show. Oh my god.
So clearly, Jezebel is the unknown god that is ruling over her mind.
Yeah. That's got to be the 0 issue. 5 seconds to kill Jezebel's kids.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Jezebel is the Galactus of the...
No mask, off to jail you go. Yeah. She killed Jezebel's kids, so she doesn't need to wear a mask.
I like her just saying she's too old to dance, but she'll do this, and then she just is like,
"Oh no, I'm too old to dance now, but I'll do this."
Yeah. Just like Jezebel's kid's about to die. It's just wild ass shit. That's great. I don't want to draw this anymore. What the hell am I doing?
Oh yeah. That was the other thing. Now that I've shown off that trailer, that's what this first sketch card I did is the Camp Rainbow Killer.
They had stuff on this that I can show. I did that cover.
Hell yeah. I get to start working on that soon. I was just all stressed out about getting the campaign funded and the ash can right, but like after that talk with Ryan last night, I was just like, wow, like everything makes sense now.
I got the blue line for the thing you inked. Do you want me to show that? Is that okay?
Oh yeah, you can show that.
So
it's like it'll be redone eventually. Oh, it's hard to see.
There we go.
There you go.
And then Spencer inked that one.
Yeah, and it came out a mess, so I got to redo it.
Whatever. Shit happens.
Yeah,
no, he fucked it up. He really fucked it up. It was fucked up.
Yeah, I really did. Hell yeah, that one's hard to see just because it's tiny. You might want to zoom in on it.
No, fuck him.
We're not on Patreon yet or anything.
Yeah, I am, but
yeah.
Speaking of which, we should be dropping that in the link.
The links are in the description, dudes. Patreon.com/deathcurse and patreon.com/countpagan, I believe, is Kevin's. Yeah, that's the thing I gotta start penciling soon, the ash can cover.
Wait,
figure out what we're gonna do colors wise.
Yeah.
What's up?
Oh no, I was gonna say, I thought you were like penciling that one.
Yeah, penciling. Did I say inking?
No, you said penciling. So
okay.
Do you not want me to do that cover anymore? Huh?
Wait, what?
What?
He thought he was penciling it.
Oh.
I thought I was doing everything on.
Do you want to pencil a cover then? We'll just use or do a cover and we'll use it. I don't give a shit. Already less work for me. Slam dunk.
But I want to ink it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Wait, can we get me to pencil it and then Spencer to approve it and then Ryan ink it?
Yeah. I get to do the layout, but Kevin has to pencil it.
My nephew drew this for me because he knows that I like Godzilla and he also likes Godzilla. You can't see it, but okay, there we go.
Oh, excellent.
He wrote Godzilla, and then there's boogers coming out of his nose, and he laughed hysterically. And I was like, "You're going places, kids."
I see no rainbow. Unsubscribe. That looks fucking sick. I don't know which one. I'm assuming it's one of the Camp Rainbow pieces, but I don't know which one. But yeah, they're all rad. The head squash is great too, which is why I think it's funny that Kevin like barely showed that one.
I'll show it again.
It's like it's a thumbnail, so it's not like it's ruining who's dying there.
Yeah, but that was a fun one. Like you literally, okay.
Yeah, the figuring out. Yeah, explain that.
So basically, Spencer hit me up and was just like, "Hey, can you figure out like a head pop?" But it's basically 2-page like spread. This
that one's hard
show
to catch.
properly. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
So
Perfect.
I was like, you could do it this, basically split it in the middle. And then Spencer, you were like, no, like I want to have it like middle page, like fucking
yeah, like a wide panel.
Crazy as possible. And I was like, okay, so you can do that. And so my whole thought process is, what did you show on the page before? Like if you set it up, you could do that properly. You just basically have to set up the character and essentially, you know, it just can't come out of nowhere. It's got to basically be properly kind of, you know, set up. And then Spencer was telling me that it was more of like a surprise, which I think is great. And it's a great moment to literally have that because it's like in a fucking horror movie, you know, like you turn the page, aka you're watching a movie and then you have like a character like and just crush someone's head. It's fucking fantastic. So the way that Spencer was like, yeah, just do it. So I basically tried to put the little curves in the page, but figure out what it was. Like. So I threw a little color on it too and just had a little bit of fun with it. But
we figured out though, like Yeah, we'll have to add that little, like, on the spine area, almost like a ½ inch of extra, like, where it just sort of goes straight in.
Yeah.
Almost like an optical illusion, but that's why we were like, we'll work this out. And this is sort of what we're going to do with all the kills, is sort of map things out together and block things out. But this was one where I was like, I really want to do that. Like, the page turn is this, like, just like Kevin's saying, like a big wide panel on a movie, just that extreme abrupt moment. And I was like really dead set on doing that straight on, like, in the seam of the book, which, I mean, it's gonna work fucking great on, like, the floppy issues. It's the trade I'm more so where I'm like, we'll have to extend that a little bit.
Even then, again, you set that up properly. Like, you basically have to set them up to knock them down.
Oh yeah.
So as long as you literally set up, like, you can do that in a creepy way. Like, you start to isolate a character, and then you have, like, a lone shot of them, and then next panel, you have that reveal of just, like, just pure head pop.
Yeah.
And yeah, that you can totally fucking play with that. And yeah, that's really
I see a
fucking cool.
shadow, but whatever.
Where?
On the page before.
Ryan.
Ryan.
No, but that's what I'm saying is, like, you can play with, there's so much you can do. And yeah, again, Ryan, I think that's always fun. Like you're saying, Ryan, you have an idea clearly. It's just like, yeah, dude.
I was like, that was
really fun to mess around with how that gets set up and how that plays out. So.
When I was looking at the hunter killer stuff today, I love all the early issues that Silvestri did. He does these, like, weird plays with, like, silhouettes on characters, and he'll do, like, the characters almost in full shadow, except their eyes are, like, a perfect cutout and stuff like that. I always really like that shit. But yeah, like that right beforehand, a really heavy shadow cast on them.
You know what he says about that?
Or, like, stepping out of the shadows behind them. What?
That's just a cop-out. Because I'm a lazy artist, and I don't want to draw it.
Like, that's exactly what he'd say. And you're like, yeah, but it looks awesome. He's like, meh. He would just totally downplay it. Like,
there's the scene
in his giant voice.
I forget what I forget which fucking like Ultra Sapien they're tracking at the time, but they're, like, out in a field, and all these different like super agent task forces are, like, converging at once. And there's these guys, they look like fucking Black Ops, like, Cobra commanders. And all their faces are just, like, always blacked out in full silhouette except for their eyes. And they look so fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's, like, the 4th or 5th issue, but it looks so fucking good. And it logically makes next to no fucking sense. Like, they're running around in full light. And,
but it fits the tone.
Like, yeah, like, that's what I mean is, like, and that's a lot of, like Ryan was saying there, like, I see, like, a shadow or something. The way I always imagined it was, like, him coming up from behind, almost like he's in full shadows behind him the whole time, and you don't know it, and he, like, is stepping out of shadow, and maybe you see a little bit of him on the page beforehand, right before that. But
I was watching it's like What Culture, but they do, like, fucking the craziest horror movies or whatever. But they did a list that it was, like, top 10, like, it's still in the film, and it's, like, weird little details that you probably missed. But one of them was from Amityville Horror, and they were talking about how, like, there's, like, when the priest is in that room and all the flies get, like, on the fucking window and everything like that. But it was, like, a mistake that the film crew did, because apparently, like, they almost just hit him in the head with the boom mic, but there's, like, a shadow cast by it. But they're like, it's really cool because it's him in a room, and basically there's, like, flies on the wall. The house is telling him to get out. You see a weird shadow pass over him, and the next shot is, like, the door opening and it yelling, like, to get out. and they're like, if you really pay attention to like it's, you don't really notice it, but if you pay attention, it's kind of cool because again, it's a shadow like creepily going over him.
Yeah.
Again, it's a boom mic, you know what it is, but at the same time, it's kind of thinking it's like a fucking demon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know, but yeah, again, I think you really can play with that moment, and that's the fucking fun thing.
And that's exactly what we're going to do. Oh, Ryan popped out again. That was weird.
No, he's back.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, Kevin, Ryan fucking inked Hunter Killer. I don't remember if you were in here for that, but that's why I went back and looked at it this morning because I have like the first 3 trades in one book. God damn. Yeah, make me look that cool.
Oh, but look at the pipes, because that's what I inked. Oh yeah, look at them pipes.
Make me look like one of your top cowgirls.
They're so flat looking.
I know. I was just an assistant.
That's the thing that I think is like cool about comics, but at the same time, it's like it cranks you out into this like you understand how to do something well, but at the same time, like how much at that point, Ryan, what were you putting into it? Was it a job or was it like I could do my own thing on this?
This was just like how badass could I show that I could do anything that I was assigned. Like, what was I asked to do? Okay, I'll just do that and then some. So
what were you using too?
Mostly this would be probably
like
I don't
nibs?
like using deleter with nib. Oh yeah, it was all nib. All nib.
Okay.
A little bit of rotring rapidograph, the red barreled ones that are awesome that don't clog.
Brokeback Mountain the comic. Hey boy.
Yeah, I know, really. It's yeah.
Oh,
it's
I meant to ask you
suggestive.
too. How fucking old is Ellis supposed to be in that? Like, does the script ever mention it?
I thought it said he was like he's way younger than he's supposed to look. He's supposed to be like 18, I think.
I was
like,
gonna say the story sets it up like he's like just graduated high school, but he's like sheltered away from the world and homeschooled. And I'm like, the dude looks 30.
These are the great Mark Silvestriisms where that's not how the shadows would be cast in reality. It's taken from reality and then completely stylized, and he's just so good at that.
That's the shit I love too. I'm like, God damn it.
Did you do?
So here's the thing that drives you guys crazy. Having to do all this, like with rulers. Some of it's freehand, but it's mostly with
shit's
rulers.
Fun though. I like.
Oh, see, I thought you would be all anti-ruler because of the way you work.
No. I don't think I've ever talked about it on stream, but like I'm all about use a ruler, like when you're penciling, and then ink without a ruler because it looks a little bit more natural that way.
That's a lot of our trickery. So in something like this, there's a lot of showing off, like freehand, like beautiful lines and stuff. But when I was going in originally, as because I was mostly the assistant, the background assistant, or the background artist,
that digital clock makes it kind of funny.
I'll throw a couple with the French curve, and then I'll go in freehand. So there's a couple tight lines and then go in with freehand on the rest, and it has this like kind of cool balance. And that's only for stuff like this is supposed to be tech work.
No.
You know, like
I think you can tell, like you're saying, like you have in the foreground those really nice, like
it's almost like they're curves. In focus.
Yeah, and at the same time, well, I mean that's also due to inking, the way that you're getting your thick to thin.
Here, these are kind of cool.
Yeah. No, it looks fucking great, dude.
But I do have, let's see, I got a bunch of
fuck yeah, dude. That was one of the other things I was looking at was just like He did destruction and stuff so fucking cool.
Look at that train car.
And I was like looking at his pencils, like they're pretty fucking tight. Like for how some
Look
of
at
the
these little
other
trees.
for how some of the other image guys penciled, like Silvestri is really fucking tight by comparison.
Yeah, but again, he does the tight like I do tight. Because people are like, "Oh, your pencils are tight," and then when you look closely, like I say this all the time on my show, it's tight around a form. The line that you would want to choose for the final line is never tight. Like it's never tight, and it's the same with Mark. He's solidifying these forms. So like the line he's working on this outside of a thigh or something. He's not thinking about like this is the line to ink. He's not separating something there. He's forming.
It's guidelines.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, guidelines, I guess. Because it has to do with like drawing through and things like that. It's kind of hard to explain right now.
But at the same time, it's like, okay, so here's your overall form, but at the same time, here's your lighting, and here's again, I mean, the start of your line work. Even like that hatching in the top right. Was that penciled or was that you?
This here?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one I actually did. This is a Mark Silvestri page from the Darkness.
Oh, okay.
Issue 12. It's just in my stack of originals. I was like, oh, you know what? I don't think I've ever shown Spencer. But on the Hunter Killer ones, that would have been done basically a few lines with the ruler and pencil. His assistant would have done it, and just to kind of make sure like this area should have those types of lines, but then we would decide the gradation pattern.
Yeah.
Where it breaks up and things like that.
That is a super McFarlane looking face on that first panel.
Oh yeah.
That dude with the big ass eyes.
That whole page is like. Look at that page.
That's because it was inked by Danny Mickey.
Okay.
Look at our cool Crime Lab stamp we used to have. Ooh, Crime Lab Studios.
Look at that page though as a whole.
Oh, the whole design, even the design element is McFarlane with the black cast shadow behind the panels.
Overlapping panels,
a
like
little
crazy.
Bit of maybe on the lady's eyes, like J. Scott Campbell.
I always kind of love that too. The like, there's almost like no rhyme or reason to the overlapping panels sometimes, where like it was just happening so fucking much because it looked cool.
Yeah, and this is kind of J. Scott is looking at this and drawing from it. But you are right to see that in his work.
But
yeah, that's.
I was gonna say because
look at that nose. How J. Scott is that little nose.
Danger Girl would have been like right after this too, right? Wasn't he on that?
That was his creation.
Yeah,
that was his creation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is. It's so McFarlane-y when Danny inks it. Like, look at these pipes. Like those ones are so crusty.
I just love all that shit. Like,
there's so many fucking rivets in that.
Everything looking gritty and over the top. You say why, and then you go fucking nuts on pages.
Whatever.
This is totally Kevin-ish.
No. But go up.
That's what I mean.
Go
it's
up,
like this looks like some shit he would do. Like
top right.
Of the page.
Fourth panel.
1, 2, 3. Oh, top right of that. Sorry.
See, okay, so that makes sense. There's like 4. That makes sense. The other one, there was like way too many. See, I try to logically make stuff I don't know. But again, at the same time, it's purely, I think, being around stuff like that and watching my father fix stuff like that, where it's like, I like mechanical shit like that. But yeah, dude, that's cool.
Jay Scott sent me a message. He said he came up with all of this.
That like tea set is really cool too.
Yeah, that fucking
look at this
awesome
the bottom
reflective
piece
work
where you can actually feel that it's not only reflected light, but it's working the way a pattern would reflect on the chrome.
Just ridiculous.
And then these are razor thin too. These lines, Danny was he would whip these so quick with the Hunt 102, just like super fast.
I would always get scared when I saw people do that.
Can we make Camp
Like on
Rainbow look
paper?
like this? Like,
I don't think Camp Rainbow should look like this.
can
No,
we
it
look
shouldn't.
this cool?
Wait, what's Kev say?
Kevin said no, it shouldn't.
It
Okay,
shouldn't look
good.
like it, but at the same time, like seeing people do that, I was always scared that you're just gonna fucking somehow punch through the paper. Like it always freaked me out.
Can't fool
the
me.
way
That's
that
a bug.
people would horribly use nibs like
excellent.
that, but it's a fucking tool, so it makes sense.
Oh my god, that's
Who
so
drew
good.
that shit?
That's Ryan.
That's all me.
Oh, it is.
That's
I couldn't
all
tell by the signature.
me.
Kevin likes it raw.
But this is like multiple layers
Ryan.
of Zipatone. Like I was basically painting with the Zipatone
Oh, it definitely.
Oh,
did.
nice.
to create these shadows, like with multiple light sources.
Oh, that's cool as hell. Yeah, that like barely picked up on my screen before, but yeah, that's great.
You got a shitty computer, Spencer.
Thanks, dude.
I forgot I had this. I just found it. It was in with the Mark Silvestri stuff for some reason. I was like, oh, I'm gonna try to sell this.
So you never did sell this?
No,
Why?
I don't know. I just did it for fun because I felt like this one day, so I drew it up
Yeah.
and just posted it on Twitter. And I was like, here you go. This is actually to all of you.
Dude, totally sell it, 'cause that's fucking
Monarch
cool.
trying to say the N word.
The gamer word.
Right? Monarch loves the gamer word,
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
which everybody knows is Nostromo.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Spencer, did I tell you the hat that I like? My wife got my hat that says like UCSS or whatever, but it says Nostromo. It looks like a naval cap, but it's the Nostromo hat. And then I showed my mom, and I was like, "You see my new hat? You check this out." And then she's like, "Is that a naval ship, or is that a ship?" And I was like, "Kind of,
Mom, you're adorable.
yeah." It for the most part. It's a space ship, a little bit different, but
I think we're gonna end on that note with Ryan's kick-ass art. It's 3 a.m. here. So we'll wrap. I'll be back tomorrow to stream again. I don't know what your guys' day looks like, but
oh, dude,
I think I'm gonna do a midday one and a late day one.
I'm gonna be real busy watching out for justice. So
Oh my god. But yeah, Ryan, Kevin, thanks for coming and hanging out as always. And dudes in chat, as always, thank you for hanging out with us.
Yes.
And,
Thank you, everybody.
I'll see you
Thanks,
guys
Awesome
tomorrow.
seeing you. Thank you for your support and dildos.
Oh yeah. Go check out Hammerella.
Woo.